right. It'd be handy if I had a workout, but I was just running so late tonight. I do not have a fun opening scene.
God damn it.
I know, right? I did get some things, down the line, sort of fleshed out a little bit for potential things, rather. So that's good. But completely blanked on the thing till tonight. It's like, oh no. So I guess as a brief recap here, our party is currently in the desert city of Paelay. Recently burned down McGregor and Revis's estate, business and home estate here in the Prime Ring, which you have to earn your way up to, which the party has. They have their own magnificent estate in the Prime as well. Let's see. There was an in-depth dinner meeting I guess we're in the middle of the night, so this previous evening, between Thorit, the main party, and Aga joined as well to discuss some future plans, some issues and suss things out as to getting to know one another a little better and working out some current issues. Ari asked Thaxel to go for a walk with her at night. She was going to take a loop around the Prime Ring. She was going to do it by herself, but things happened, and so she came back and asked Thaxel. They were going for their walk and having a heart-to-heart. At one point, walking past the burned-down ruins of said estate. And Thaxel, with her 29 perception check, saw everything that was going on. There were some servants cleaning out the debris, and a reaper standing in a readied position, waiting and watching as things were brought out. A servant brought out an item about the size of a soccer ball or so to the reaper, who held it up to examine it more closely in the moonlight, which is when Thaxel recognized it as a human skull. The reaper rested it down on the ground, and a moment later, a ghostly form sprang up from the skull, face to face with the reaper. And I believe that is where we left it. So I will let you all pick up, and we'll see where it goes from there. It's the middle of the night. 2 moons are shining bright, the blue and white. And Thaxel and Ari are sort of... Not that you're super exposed, but you're just walking down the street, so there's no cover per se in this area. And you're far enough away. You're probably, a good 60 to 80 feet away or so. But what do you want to do, Thaxel?
I am immediately gonna put my hand over Ari's mouth. Shh. Shh. And I'm gonna kind of signal her to go down. I'm assuming there's an alley right next to us.
He starts walking down the alley.
And then are we out of sight?
Yes. You go around the corner as far down as you want. How far down the alley do you want to duck?
As far as we can.
I mean, you can cut back down a street over and make your way back to, all the way to the next street, which is, a block down roughly.
Yeah, that sounds safe. I'm just gonna mutter shit.
What is it? Thaxel?
We need to go back right now.
All right.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah, sure thing.
Stealth.
Oh.
Stealth.
Okay.
Okay.
Whispers really loud. All right, Thaxel.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Oh. Shh. Shh. You yelled at me. Shh.
And I'm just gonna gently turn her around and move her back to our home.
Okay.
As fast as we can without making a scene.
All right. Stealth check, please, for you
Yes.
and for Ari.
Stealth. 19.
Nice. So probably shouldn't use a D8 to roll for Ari.
Please don't.
Oh, good. She's has expertise and stuff. 12. Okay. All right. Make a perception check then. Yeah, you both, as quietly as the two of you can. The stealth troop here, you make your way back to the house.
All right.
And your perception?
27.
Oh, jeez.
I'm very nervous right now.
Okay. You're keeping a very careful eye out. Behind you, up on the skyline. Probably 8 minutes or so in to your walk back. It's like a 10-12 minute walk back. So 2/3 of the way back to the house. You see a familiar billowing rocket of smoke flying towards the center by the Sultan's palace. The same way the Reaper another Reaper traveled the other day.
Shit.
You see in the smoke trail, it actually rumbles with little thunders. You see little cracks of lightning arcing. And the interior, nothing outside of the cloud of smoke.
That is so cool.
What is?
I'm gonna. Do you see?
She's. Oh.
Oh, right. We have to go. We have to go to the home. I can't. Oh, I'm distracted.
Right. And she follows you back to the house. You arrive at home. What's everyone up to at home? Aga, you're staying there now, right? Oh, you might be muted.
Yes, I am. I think I was just in bed. That's it.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, I think everyone. Is anybody not asleep back at the homestead?
Dina is awake because, and Thud is awake because Thud went down to go get something to eat, and Dina was awakened by her visitor.
Okay, neat. All right. Thaxel, you arrive. Whichever manner you use to enter the keep, the estate. You're back home.
Just straight. I'm going straight in.
Okay. Thud's in the kitchen.
Thud's in the kitchen. Okay. Ari, do me a favor. Go find Dina, and I'm gonna go find Rhea, and then find the new person.
Okay.
I think it's Aggie. I don't remember. This was just yesterday. This morning.
Well, it's a couple hours ago.
Okay, that person.
But I know
don't
you're
mind.
not good with names.
I'm terrible
Yeah.
in general.
But
It's
you
fine.
remembered mine, so.
Yeah, I do. Well, it's been a hot minute since I've known you.
Nice. All right. So I'm getting Dina. Okay. All right.
You're getting Dina.
I don't like
and I'm gonna
bothering
find
her
Rhea.
when she's trying to sleep.
It's fine. Just say what's a good emergency thing? Like
Fire.
red flag? Fire. Yeah, tell her there's a fire.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So you can
Off
sort
you
of
go.
think about it. She heads upstairs. Do you go near the kitchen as you enter? Or walk through, or the dining area?
No, I'm trying to find Rhea. I'm not paying
Okay.
attention.
All right. Where do you look for Rhea?
Wherever her room may be.
Okay. You find what you think is Rhea's. So I'll have, since Ari, I don't know. Roll a d20 for me if you would with your athletics check. That's what we'll do.
Oh no. Well, it's a 6 total.
It's a 7 total for Ari. Okay, so Ari, shortly before you, arrives and knocks on Dina's door. Fire! Dina! Fire!
Dina opens the door and looks at her and goes, "Can I make a perception check for Dina to see if she notices that there's a fire?" Pretty sure Dina would have kind of an affinity for.
Nice. Yeah, you don't sense any. You can do a perception check just to see. She's.
That's a nat 20.
Oh yeah. Pff, there's nothing around here that has anything to do with fire. Oh.
Harry, what's going on? What's wrong?
Sorry. Thaxel said I should yell fire. That would be.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't yell.
Sorry. Okay. I know. I'm getting to it.
so-
She kind of looks off to the side. Yes, I'm sorry. So, Thaxel says there's an emergency. She covered my
Right.
mouth and told me to be quiet.
Okay. Good idea. Did you see Thud? He was down in the kitchen. He went down. Okay.
Do you,
Go knock on Rhea's door.
not yell
Quietly.
fire?
No, don't yell fire. Just knock on Rhea's door.
Okay.
And then very quietly
Mhm.
say, Thaxel says we have an emergency,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll all meet in the war room.
Okay.
Okay.
She turns to bob off to do that. Shortly before she gets over there, Thaxel, you arrive at Rhea's door.
Yes.
Rhea, I need to talk to you. Can you let me in? Can I come in? Can I come in now?
Yes. She'll go over to the door and let her in. What's
Hi.
going on, Baxel?
Hi, were you sleeping?
I was.
Well, we don't have time for that. And I kind of push her in the door in her room and shut the door behind me.
All right. She's going to walk over to her drink cart. Clearly, she's going to need one.
Oh, yeah, I want one.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
assuming you're pouring me one, right?
Of course.
Ares arrived. Oh,
I'm here.
Sure.
Come in, Harry.
thank you.
I'll pour 3 of them.
Nice.
It's early ass in the morning.
Nice. She takes
I
a
don't
cup
know
and
it.
sits down.
We have a problem.
What is it, dear?
A problem. So, you were walking
Mm-hmm.
out in the prime, and we made our way, not intentionally, but we made our way to that place
Mm-hmm.
with the
House.
people, the house.
Yes.
Really? I mean, someone really burned it down.
Oh, no.
Thaxel.
That's unfortunate news. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would.
Is it still burned?
It's yeah.
To the
Okay.
ground.
Yeah, but so there's servants there, and there was a reaper, and one of them brought out a skull that may or
Ew.
may not belong to someone we killed. And something happened, and there was like a little wisp that came off of the skull, and I think that's bad. And then he like floated off to the Sultan's, I think that direction, but it was really cool. So when he like flies, it's like all this like,
Daxel, we don't. Tell me about it on the road. We don't have time right now.
okay,
I
don't know what to do.
Ari, I don't mean to send you running, but could you please go get Aga?
Yeah.
Aga!
Have him meet us in the war room.
Okay.
And tell him to bring all of his things.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was the skull of someone you killed, Thaxel.
No, they died in the fire, Ari.
Right, because Thaxel doesn't like doing that sort of thing.
I
Right.
don't like fire.
Okay,
Right.
Aga, war room. Okay.
War room with all his things, please.
I think Thud's here too. Dina mentioned that Thud might be here. Should I get Thud? I mean, Fareed? I mean...
I'm sure Dina's grabbing him to meet us there.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ari, on your way back, grab your things if you don't have them all on you.
Okay. 3 wineskins and all my stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And she gets up and, and hustles out.
Daxel, I don't think we can stay.
Here?
Mm-mm. We're here at the leisure of the Sultan. If they find out what's going on, we're in the worst possible position.
Yeah, but if we take off, would that look suspicious?
I think there's a way to craft a particularly understanding story. My family needs things done pretty quickly. The servants can be convinced.
We
We can leave a trace of ourselves.
I've never seen another lizard folk but me before. I don't know what comes off of a skull, but I'm pretty sure it would have to do with me, and I'm very noticeable because I'm really tall, really scary looking.
I know. That's why I'm worried that it's going to be traced pretty quickly. We'll talk to everyone, see what they think, but
Okay. Okay, I cannot wild shape right now because I used them all up. Why would I do that?
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll get ourselves out.
Okay,
That's what the basements are for, all right?
okay. We have a basement.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And I just found the apothecary room. It was.
I know. I hope I hope you liked it. But
I loved it so much.
look, if we do this right, then we'll be able to come back, all right? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? And we can't ask for forgiveness when we're in jail.
I don't know what either word. I don't know what those mean. I never asked permission. I don't know what forgiveness is. Can I just have that bottle over there? I'm just gonna take this. Okay, where are we going?
We're going to the war room.
Okay.
Anything in your room that's of great importance?
I don't know. I haven't been back there since someone
Okay.
trashed it.
Oh,
me.
that's right. Someone keeps doing things around this town. I don't know who. All right. Let's go to the war room. Let's see what everyone else thinks.
Aga, you get a knock on your door. Aga,
I'll
it's...
just quietly go walk like I wasn't even asleep yet, and I'll go open the door.
Nice. She, cranes her neck up. Aga, so there's not a fire, but there is an emergency, and everyone needs you in the war room, please. Bring wineskins.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay, thank you. And she rushes
Oh.
off.
Shut the door.
Nice.
Because I've got all my stuff laid out, so I'll take some time to put all the stuff back into the pouches where they belong and everything.
Okay.
Make my way to, I think, where I imagine I'd be able to remember where the war room is because we were just there.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Room you almost died in.
Don't start
This is
coughing on
true.
your keyboard tonight, Dan.
All right. Aga, you arrive at the war room. Dina, what would you like to do in the midst of this?
She's gonna throw on like a dressing gown or something like that, and get back downstairs. She's looking for Thud. To grab him first.
Okay.
Find out what's on, and then she'll once she finds him, she's because it's some kind of an emergency. I don't know, but Ari seemed rather excited, which is unusual for Ari. More excited than usual. Anyways, I'm pretty sure we're all just meeting in the war room, so we need to head there. I brought you something to wear, by the way, sweetie.
Nice. Good. He's just hanging out in the kitchen.
Darling, yeah, you probably should put these on. And she's going to look around and find the nearest bottle of whiskey, and she's grabbed that. And they'll head upstairs and join in the war room.
All right. He's going to bring some trays of food and put a couple things in his mouth to hold and eat in the way. Okay, Aga.
While I'm on my way to the war room, I will mentally command the owl to do circles of the lake to keep an eye out for anything approaching the estate.
Have your owl do a perception check, if you would, please.
Okay. I have to look up an owl. I forgot. Oh, where'd it go? It was just there. Oh well. 17 plus something. I don't know what the bonus is. Wisdom plus 1.
Okay.
Perception plus 3, so 20.
Nice. All right.
Dirty 20.
Let me roll for timing here and see how this. So there was something for tonight outside of this. Ooh. Okay. All right. Your owl spots a familiar contact. Outside of the moat, outside of the property, but approaching down the street. One of your contacts.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good to know.
All right. Otherwise, you all collect in the war room.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know. Axel?
chug, 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 chug.
Back, so you can drink that after you explain what's going on.
Well, I need this to explain what's going on. So, there was this one time where just a couple out, like an hour ago or whatever, I lost track of time. Ari and I went for a walk. Her around the Prime, and somehow we came across McGregor Rebus's place. It's still burned, like
All
it's
the
destroyed.
way.
Then
Yeah.
By
but-
accident.
By accident.
it was absolutely an accident. I
Yes,
have
it
no
was.
idea how that happened.
Right.
Yeah, we weren't there.
Yeah, those. I'm sorry. Who are McGregor and Rivas again?
Those collectors, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're collectors.
Yeah.
Of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? It's burned to the ground, which is a terrible tragedy for their house.
I could care less. I heard they were awful people. But servants were coming out, and there was a reaper, which cool. I was gonna be friends with them, this was my one chance, and now it's completely ruined. But they handed a skull, and skull to
Right.
the reaper.
Okay.
And he did a thing, and wisps came off of it, and I don't think that's a good thing. I don't know.
Probably not.
And he just kind of took off, and then the really cool part about this is though he was having this trail of smoke coming around off of
Like
his
the
back.
one did earlier.
What?
Like the one. Well, okay. So let's.
Yeah.
So they found the skull.
Yeah.
Something white and wispy came out of it.
Or gray. I don't remember the color.
Okay. Aga, did Aga say anything about reapers and abilities to talk to spirits or souls? Was that?
I mentioned that I think whatever happens to a person, I don't think the person is that person any longer. Whatever happened, they're dealing with some kind of replacement of something.
Right, but do they have the ability to pull spirits or souls or speak with the dead, that kind of thing?
I would imagine they do. As a peacekeeping force in a serious major city that operates like this one, I would imagine that they have quite a bit of magic at their disposal. And it's not terribly uncommon to be able to speak with the dead if you serve literally any divine source.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
Out of character question, how common are dragonborn?
Fairly uncommon. You know that there's a number of clans down to the south on this continent, but you don't see them too often.
Okay, so listen, I did not look like this, obviously. Daxel, unusual? Yes.
I have a tail.
So do dragonborn, Daxel.
No, they don't.
You don't know?
Mm-hmm.
They do. I don't know. I've never seen one.
Most people haven't.
Yeah, but no one knows what I am. No one knows what Yeah,
A
but
terrible tragedy happened. A terrible tragedy has happened. Goodness, to these collectors, it's so lucky that nobody, that they were already gone. And I feel so sorry for the poor secretary, but who knows?
we don't know it was a secretary.
Exactly. We don't know. Whoever that was horrible for them. We need to stay calm.
Rhea,
Sure. You're going to hold up to interrogation if it comes down to that?
interrogating me or me doing the interrogating? Because those are two different things.
No. If a reaper interrogates you.
I looked over at Thud. I go, I'd like to try. Might be fun.
I don't know. It depends on what their methods are, because I'm very starstruck by their appearance. But
Our options are what? To play dumb, right? Play innocent.
Right?
Or
yeah, who knows
a
what
good reason to leave.
can you Who else knows that we were there besides your cousin Benny?
I can ask Vinny to see if he let any of our people know. I mean, he would have been discreet, but he wouldn't have let anyone outside the family know.
Dan, another question about the mind shielding that we have.
Yes.
Does that prevent anyone from reading thoughts?
Just no. Not the overall thing from Akadi. That's just scrying from a distance, or scrying in and seeing you magically.
Okay, the ring that Dina normally wears that she
right.
gave Aga, does that ring?
Let me see, because I do not recall which thing it is. Did we ever put it in your? Did I ever put it in your inventory? Probably not, because that would be too handy.
No.
Ring of mind shielding does prevent mind reading.
If it's ring
That's
of
what Rhea
mind
has.
shielding,
It was ring of mind shielding
That's
without
what I had.
pull the soul in. Right. It was
Right, that's what Rhea has, yeah.
Right. And
Okay.
Rhea let Baxel borrow it.
And
That was-
Rhea took it back. Remember,
Uh-huh.
when we were walking to the war room.
So
So they can't. I should be fine then.
If you're wearing my ring,
you need Daxel.
Huh?
If anybody comes to this house, Rhea, I really think it's a good idea that she has that ring on. Aga, I could use my ring back, please.
Oh. No.
Thank you.
does yours protect your mind or just people scrying on you?
This one will protect my mind as well. It doesn't have that same soul holding ability, but it was enchanted to prevent people from.
Divination magics.
Yes, thank you.
I would imagine that it is probably not a good idea to play dumb. The Sultan is well informed and has as much of a spy network as any of us do, and I imagine he knows not only that you met or went to their building or had an interest in it, but that you were probably there and present. I imagine it would be better to twist the story that you were attacked, defended yourself and left, and hadn't reported it out of fear.
What proof is there that we were there?
I am sure that the Sultan is keeping an eye on these men, considering that they're attracting attention and that the inner circle around the Sultan is saying that they're looking for a certain object of power. I would imagine that somebody who rules a city is well aware of his subordinates garnering more power because they might garner more than him.
I would
imagine that this city operates remarkably like the Nine Hells. And I must say that the ruler of the Nine Hells always knows what his subordinates are up to.
I would
So
have to, go ahead.
go ahead, Rhea. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say I would have to agree with Aga. I don't think, even with my ring, that you two are going to be able to pull off lying directly about what happened. If they found information on the skull, if they hadn't found the skull, I'd believe it. But with the skull, I don't.
I think it's wise if you simply admit to setting up a meeting, being concerned at the lack of a meeting and the amount of time being spent, concerned that you were going to be attacked, you investigated the office, all of this would be true, and then say you defended yourself in the office, and in defending yourself, the office caught fire. All of that would be honest and true, even under a divination magic's influence. You don't have to say who you were defending yourself from.
Oh, because she was just trapped and then just died, like in the fire,
Yes.
and it'll be all okay.
Depends
Okay.
on how many details she may have shared with the Reaper, but I wouldn't say anything about that. I'd say you got attacked and defended yourself.
But what did they ask by who? Or whom?
Say you didn't see your attacker. Say that there was a blast of fire. That's all you really saw before leaving.
We ran, yes.
I just have to say, real quick, I am probably the wisest person you'll ever meet. I am not that intelligent, though. I cannot lie worth shit. I'm just letting you know.
Exactly why I'm telling you to tell the truth.
Yeah, a
We were
ring isn't
there.
going to make you a better liar.
Yes.
We were there. we eventually decided to check out the office after an extensive delay. We were attacked. A fire broke out. We ran. That's all we have to say.
Hey, Dan,
Mm-hmm.
does the war room have any windows?
Ooh, I don't know. A Vic?
It does not have any windows.
Okay, then I will say
there you go.
I will have to excuse myself for just a moment. I might be proving a little bit useful for this group at the moment. I will be back in just a moment, and I'll step out of the war room and go to a room with a balcony.
Okay.
I'm gonna pace.
Your owl flow sound.
I'll
I
take the
had a
parchment,
thought.
read it. You can send it to me. And we can continue the conversation as I walk back in the room.
Okay.
I had a thought. What if you two go to the Sultan in the morning? You know, this happened late in the afternoon. You had to collect yourselves. You bring the information to him in the morning. You know,
I had requested a personal audience with him and had not heard back, although I know he received a message, according to whoever that functionary was that brought us to the Sultan's palace yesterday morning. So,
Leela?
yes, that's the one. She did tell me before we left, after the lesson, that the Sultan had received my request, but there was no response yet.
I may be able to lend credibility to the story myself as well. Oh, I am outside reading a letter. Never mind.
Oh, that's right.
well, perhaps you can send another message, Dina, and say that that you really need that meeting more quickly because things have progressed and something happened yesterday that you very much need to speak to him about, so that you know it sounds like you're trying to keep him informed, whether or not that's the actual case.
Yeah, I think that's a very good
You
idea.
don't even have to go yourselves. We can just send a servant to send a message to.
Yes, that's how it was delivered. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, I'll write out a note and do it. At this point, I mean, I imagine that Thud's probably taken a seat in a chair. Dina's sitting on his lap. She's grabbed a glass off of a bar cart and is pouring whiskey into the glass and just kind of just continuing to drink on it, giving Thud a one. And anybody else want to drink?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and this bottle needs to be refilled. I'm assuming we've already drank it. Sorry.
Well, Thaxel, you can refill it next time we're in Ikram because that was where I got that.
So I think we wait for Aga to come back, and then I see no reason why we should be packing up and looking as if we were leaving with all due haste. That would only make us look more suspicious.
I think, though, if we are going to follow them, perhaps we do look like we are packing for a trip that is pre-planned before this.
Well, we did have a pre-planned trip out to the lake, did we not? Wasn't there an artifact that your family was requested to acquire?
There was. And, I can head down to, I don't know, a couple of shops tomorrow and say that I sent down a note a couple days ago to have some new luggage sent over, and I haven't seen it yet. And why haven't I seen it yet? Kind of spread some information that we've been trying to pack for a couple days now.
As a matter of fact, isn't that why you asked your cousin to arrange the meeting?
It was.
Have that meeting?
It was. Yes, it was.
Because they also deal in artifacts, and you had heard rumors that they were seeking similar artifacts.
Of course. I mean, that's what the Davin Stars do. We find Victoria cannot talk tonight. Antiquities and magical items. So, of course, we had to go find one if we heard of it.
That's why we were there for the meeting.
Exactly. Sounds plausible to me.
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would read all of this on the balcony.
Okay.
And I would immediately, because I know it will get there long before we can, send my owl to go investigate and keep an eye on things and report to me.
Okay.
So
Okay. Out
it's
there.
going to go. It's going to go straight there
Okay.
from the
Awesome.
balcony. I'm going to say go now.
Nice.
Without exhausting yourself. Obviously, but get there as quickly as possible.
Will it be able to contact you at that distance, or will it have to fly back to?
I believe it can communicate with me telepathically.
100 feet.
I thought 100 feet was the limit on which you could see through its eyes.
It
I
might
think
be
that's-
1 mile for telepathy. Let me take a peek. I just don't want you to do that
Okay.
and then get gypped after, because
Okay.
it's probably maybe 3.5
Warlocks.
days travel.
Okay. I will look it up myself. But can I walk back in the room at this point?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'll walk back in the room with a piece of parchment. And I'll say, I think I may actually be of some use. And I will put the parchment down on the war room and read it aloud. And, well, I'll summarize it. I've just received information. McGregor and Revis have not only arrived at Lake Ander, but their subordinates have been working on a discovery. They've been investigating a discovery, and they were struggling and sent for McGregor and Revis. And with them now at Lake Ander, they are worried. People are worried that they are going to quickly extract whatever this discovery is for use. I don't think that we have a lot of time. I have some illustrations here on the parchment of private guard uniforms. We may be able to use this to our advantage.
You just see her face go from panic to sheer, like, anger. And yeah, that's the only thing I can think. Like, she's like focused. She's back to becoming focused and listening to everything that you just said.
Daxel, this is I would say your party, your choice. Do we have someone go ahead now, try and get eyes on the ground, get ourselves in there, and then everyone else follows? Do we all leave now?
Who would we go? Who would go ahead of us?
I'll go.
We could all leave now, and I could send a message specifically to the Sultan, implying that his seat of power may be under threat, and that we are investigating it. I know that vigilantism is not accepted here in the city, and is very vehemently opposed, but I could theoretically imply that we are basically doing just that and protecting him, in which he may be slightly more lenient and will be out of the city tonight anyway.
Thud will lean forward, I think. Let me do a roll for Thud, because he's pretty sharp, so... Okay. I can facilitate this
And
deception.
I'll look at the group and I'll say, is everybody agreed on this?
I don't know. I mean, if we do this, then our ruse of it being because my family's looking for an artifact is no longer a ruse. Are you okay with that?
Only the Sultan will know, and Thorit.
Is that going to cause backlash on your family?
Not for me, no. I mean, it was just our cover story to get out, without any problems.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I mean, I guess the downside is that the Sultan is not as understanding as we think he's going to be, and then we're in a real pickle.
Aga, how much sway do you hold with the Sultan?
I
Are you in his good favors?
mean, I was in his employ, obviously. I was teaching under...
In someone's employ, it'd still be out of favor.
Well, I don't know that I have as much influence, perhaps, as maybe Thorit or others might have. But I am an established entity separate from your group that has established themselves within the Prime Ring. If me and Thorit both vouch for you and vouch for the fact that the seat of power within the city may be coming under threat from these individuals, it may be that the Sultan won't care. And it may be that corroborated by 3 different groups independent of each other, it would look much better than one group saying, "Oh, we're helping you," when 3 established groups say, "We've found something that concerns us, and to curry your favor, we've handled it so you didn't have to." I could see that as becoming much more favorable for him than, "I'm going to punish you for vigilantism when you assisted me in retaining my power." Now, I could be wrong here, but it's my understanding that those with power really like to keep it.
You
We
just
do.
said a whole lot.
Nice.
And
So, go ahead.
no, that was, I'm just really impressed. I don't know half of what you just said, because,
I'll make it really simple.
well, don't
If
dumb
you-
it down. I'm not that stupid.
He'll shrug and go, "Okay." And he'll say, "Thori, you seem to be in for this kind of deception, but I don't entirely think it's a deception, do you?"
I will say this. The Sultan values power, and McGregor and Rivas are out of favor currently. The Sultan is all but sure that they were to blame for this disaster. Now, just to plug this in, Aga, you were also part of the scholarly force that they sent down, or not that went underneath the city, but that was examining that initial earthquake and discovered that there was something related to like it not being natural. I think some of the normal rules may not apply here.
I agree. I think this is an out of the ordinary incident. I think them picking up and leaving an entire residence and place of work is very indicative of blame. And if we send a note ahead and establish our story first with pieces of the truth and pieces of implications, then I think we will establish the story and get to tell it our way. And when we bring back a body without a soul, there will be no way for them to corroborate it.
Quick question: the safe that we found, or the essentially it was a safe that we found down underneath after we fought the worm, and had that note in it. Do we still have that?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Thanks, Eliza.
So Dina's going to lean over to Thox. Go. I think you need to show that Aga the note.
Fine. I'm gonna run into my room because I'm sure it was left in my room.
While she's running to her room, I'm going to pull out ritual casting stuff, start ritually casting illusory script.
Okay.
So go ahead.
And while they're doing those things, after Aga's lovely speech, can I tell he's using a lot of we's and us's for having just met us? Can I tell if he has an ulterior motive here for helping us?
Insight check.
Yeah, insight, and then Aga, I'll let you roll whatever you feel is pertinent to keep the mystery alive. You can roll nothing. You can roll a deception check. You can just roll a die just to hear the die. I mean, whatever you feel. And I'll let you judge how it is compared to Rhea's roll.
29. I rolled an 18.
So he went straight from his speech into ritual casting, and when he is performing magic is real focused on that. So any lying that he would have been doing, you would have picked up on while he was talking.
Right.
And it doesn't. He's talking about power structures, and he seems familiar with those. But when he says like we and us, he seems to say it as in like our best interest. Not as in like, oh, we're best friends and we are going to definitely continue this path together, but as like, it's in our best interest. Like, I just made a deal with you. I don't want you guys to go to jail right away. So it might not be like the friendliest or the nicest, but the intent is I care about you because I want y'all to care about me.
our fortunes.
Checking on those pronouns.
That's so sweet.
Thaxel, you grab your thing and make your way back.
Okay. Come back in the room.
Okay.
Fox is in my hand. Here, Aga. Did I get your name right?
Yes. I'll take whatever it is. Well, I
So
don't
it's
know.
kind
Was
of
she hand-
trying to look
box.
over at it too. He leans
Who
into.
does?
Gotta open it. I didn't open it.
What am I being handed? I don't know.
Sorry, it's a box. It's like a
Okay.
nice little, like, intricate, beautiful little jewelry box type thing. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but you gotta open it. And then you see that note in there?
So I'm assuming there's parchment I'll take out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they rudely, ever so, left me that note. Or left somebody a note, and I found it.
I will read it. What does it say?
It says, "Engrope you." Is that how you pronounce it? Engrope.
Yeah, something like yeah.
It says, "If you found it, then fuck you."
Mhm.
We have 2 pieces already. Find McGregor and Grievous. So there's, if you see underneath that letter, there's a lovely little indention where a pendant, and I'm going to reference mine that's around me, that looks something like this. It's not exactly like this, but it's its mate, part of its mate, something like that. They took it and left that note.
May I see the pendant?
It needs to stay on me.
Uh,
But you can
okay.
look at it if you want to come closer.
in just a bit, maybe. And
But I don't mind personal space. Like, there's no bubble. You
okay.
may get as close as you want, honey.
Aga, just to clarify, when we were under the city where the magic circle was that was creating the earthquakes, this was there at that site within the circle. That's
Interesting.
where this is located.
I investigated. I assisted in the investigation of those events, and we didn't find any traces of anything heavily magic other than the creatures that were down there, I believe.
There was a ring put in place, runes around the base of that broken pillar. That you were
Correct.
able to-
Okay. Other than the obvious runic rings, but we didn't see any other notes or anything like that. So good to know that there was a missing piece of the puzzle. At this point, I think I would have finished casting Illusory Script, and I will
Okay.
write a note, and I will identify the Sultan as literally the only person who can read
Okay.
the non-illusory script. And the
Gotcha.
illusory script will look like a writ of confession
Okay.
about a crime.
Mhm.
And it will say, like, deliver to the Sultan immediately, like, writ of confession, and it'll look very official and everything.
Mhm.
And then the script below it will detail the fact that as part of the scholarly group that investigated the group that or the happenings under the city and the earthquake and all of that, I have identified another group that was investigating McGregor and Rivas, and that I have corroborated with them that McGregor and Rivas are investigating a source of immense power and are threatening the seat of power, him, the Sultan. And that I am not sure who else is involved, but I am sending a trusted individual within the city to deliver it to him.
Mhm.
And I will explain all of this to Thorit and then give him the parchment that I've written it on.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask
Mhm.
Thaxel, can I include in this paper your note?
You're going to take my note?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, I would. Is it okay? Because I think it is an important piece of evidence against McGregor and Revis, and I think it is important that the Sultan sees it, and not only sees it, but can have it magically investigated.
I'm gonna kind of look towards Dina, look towards Rhea. Like, I don't know what to do.
I wish Cassos was here. He could copy it perfectly, so we could just send the forgery. But
My concern would be a forgery would be evident under magical investigation, no matter how good the physical representation might be. I would want the original either way.
Can someone make me a copy so it can stay in the box? And I mean, he can have the original, I guess. I think I want a copy.
I can make you a I have excellent handwriting. I just don't forge things.
Yeah, can you make me a copy?
Yeah.
Would you like a copy only you can read?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay. Then
All right.
Rhea's your girl.
All right. I'll find some parchment. It's the war room. I'm sure there's parchment and ink, and start making a copy of it as we're all talking.
Mm-hmm.
Does Thorit agree to deliver it?
I think that as Thorit is made aware of that note, he would have said something akin to. He probably would have chuckled a little at how fortuitous it is. Thorit hair. Sorry. I'm trying to manage my hair for different characters. How fortuitous. Yes. Let me bring this to the Sultan. Please. He's amassed great power and has great respect for it, but I feel that there's some duality there. It is also does not wish to lose the power he's amassed. If we shine a light on these deeds, the deeds of McGregor and Revis seeking some huge power, perhaps we can task ourselves as the ones helping the Sultan, keeping this power from their hands. We discovered this at the estate, yes?
I agree. I think it's an excellent move, not only for you, but for the rest of us.
Yes.
Tack ourselves onto the falling of an enemy of the one who holds the power. An excellent way to gain favor.
He's going to look at Dina. What do you think, my dear?
I think I like the way mind works. God. I like this. I think this will work. And I look at Daxel and I go, this is good. This is what we need. Now,
Could I?
what
She
are we-
paused. She paused for a minute, and she was like, "I like the way your mind works," and then immediately shifted off of it. Can I insight check that and see if she's actually liking this plan?
Yeah, okay, yep. And Dina, you can roll whatever might be appropriate, or nothing, whatever you want to do.
Oh God, awful! Why? It's like a 10. It's 5 plus 5. This die is failing me.
You don't get anything from her other than she likes this plan.
Okay, cool.
Yes, dear.
Are we leaving? So I look from Rhea to Thaxel Egg in the area. So what are we doing tonight? Are we leaving immediately? I would really like a little more sleep, if possible, before we head out, unless we feel that speed is of the urgency. And then she turns around and looks at that and she goes, "Are you joining us later? After? Will you follow?" What is this? What is the plan from here as far as how do we begin moving this forward?
If you rest, I can go and speak to the Sultan I can head there now and call for an emergency meeting. Within a few hours, I should be in his presence. Get your rest. After I've spoken to the Sultan, I can return. But if you do not feel safe here in the meantime, I can catch up.
Dorit, do you have any assurances that we won't be arrested between now and when this meeting is going to happen?
No.
I can make a lot of things happen, ladies, but I can't do it from jail. Or at least it's much harder.
I need sleep. I do, but I don't want to stay here. If they're just going to come after us.
I think one way or another that sleep is the best plan.
There are wagons that would accommodate a rough night of sleep, but sleep nonetheless. You could...
Should we leave now, in the middle of the night?
Mm.
The appearance...
Yeah.
It is the appearance that concerns me. It will not go unnoticed by anyone, and we have servants to consider.
I can tell the Sultan that it's a matter of great urgency. This communication you received, Aga, yes, speaks of their pursuits and the urgent need to disrupt them. Would you consider allowing me a copy of this, Aga, to present to the Sultan?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll tear off the private security uniforms and show him what it is and be like, you can tell him what was on the bottom of the note. I don't care. I just want to keep this for reference.
Of course.
I think that sleeping would be a better plan. We'll all be able to move forward tomorrow fully rested and prepared for whatever may come. And I think that if you were going to be arrested, you would have been arrested by now.
No one's arresting me.
The Reapers can fly. They have an immense amount of magic. Their
I
community.
can fly. Have you seen? Hold on. Wait a minute. Have you seen what? I want to show him. And I'm going to summon Rohirrim, my gorgeous nightmare steed with the blue flames.
From the wall.
In a war room with parchment.
From one of the...
I don't think things through.
The walls, this oval, like a perfectly oval egg shape appears, but there's this black miasma just pouring out of it in all directions. It's sort of this warp bubble of space-time, and from it, this giant steed with ringed flames on the hooves and mane, and yours looks a little bit like what, Thaxel? It has blue?
It's blue flames, and you see like little white like trails like in the blue flames, kind of like a lightning storm, but it's mainly blue.
Okay, so sort of like this, but blue. Gallops out and slows down to a trot behind Thaxel.
Yeah, I'm gonna like take my hand, waiting for Rohirrim to meet up, and just kind of like pet the nose. This is Rohirrim, my faithful steed. I have means to fly.
That's a hell of a steed.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I tried to get one, but the Death Knight that had it wouldn't give it up.
Well, maybe we can get you one too if you prove your worth.
Yes,
I mean, so far you're doing a good job.
They do make traveling much easier.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Real quietly, if I may, just a moment. Dina's going to say to Thud that I need to speak with you and Aga tonight or first thing in the morning before we all go our separate ways. Just the three of us alone, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Sooner the better.
Yes. I have something I need to tell you.
Very well. And he kind of leans back in his seat. Aries working on a wineskin.
Well, I'll concede to you. If everyone wants to stay, that's fine. I just want to say one more time that this is not the Davenstar compound in Ikram. This is the Sultan's palace that he has given us for the year. That's all.
But we did save the town.
People have short memories back then.
They're not that short. And especially when the Sultan is already pissed off about the event that was caused by McGregor and Rebus. I think that those who solved the problem, saying we are chasing after them, and perhaps an incident involved in burning down the people that pissed off the Sultan's office space, might not piss him off as much as you think it would. Especially since Thorit has told us that the Sultan is unhappy with them. They've fallen out of favor.
Sure, but we moved up the ranks quickly. We haven't been able to truly establish ourselves here, so...
This will be a good way of solidifying it.
Sure.
Yawns. Oh, well, this wine's making me tired. I guess I'll rest. If we need to leave, wake me up, okay?
Okay.
It's my area here.
Oh, okay, honey. Pat her on the head.
Is she still the 13-year-old girl form?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like lean over to like Dina on Thorit's lap and be like, why is the child drinking wine?
Because that's only one of her forms, and it's not true to herself.
Ah, okay, all right. And he's gonna like lean over one more time, and he's like, and during stressful situations when important decisions need to be made, is it regular for everybody to begin drinking?
Yes.
And he'll kind of just like, okay, and like sit back down.
I'm
I
gonna.
can assure you we're all sober.
Insight check. Is she full of shit? She's been sipping on whiskey for ages.
Nice.
That's
Awesome.
an 18, 13 plus 5.
I guess roll a Constitution saving
That's a
throw.
21.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, for saving throw, then it becomes a 25.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
She's well under control.
Nice. Here he gets up. Hiccups on his way out.
Good night.
Hey.
All right. Yeah. This was a really fun night. Thanks.
Fire. And she goes off to bed.
That's our code red word.
Nice.
And I'm gonna turn to Rohir and kind of just like stroke him on his little snout. Yeah, who's such a good pony? You're my good pony.
Kind of, gives you some affection.
Oh my god, I love you so much. And then I'm gonna say, okay, have a good night. I'm gonna dismiss him.
Okay. Runs into the wall as that bubble opens up and wraps back up behind him. So he leaps through.
I'm full of surprises. Well, are we sleeping? Because I can't even go to bed in my wolf form because I used up all my wild shapes.
Aga, a word with you before we all head out. If you would.
Of course.
Dina and I have something to discuss.
Of course.
So do you need Ray and me anymore? Can I go to bed?
Rest.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks. I would patch on the head, but and I'm gonna grab Rhea, like hook an arm under her arm and take her out with me.
Okay, I'm gonna scramble to grab the parchment that I'm in the middle of copying. And
I thought you already done with that.
not quite. I have very good handwriting. It takes a little while. Thank you.
Okay. So just the three of you remain now, Thud and Dina and Aga. And Thud just kind of looks to you, Dina, since you're running, the show.
Aga, what do you know of a woman shrouded in white?
You can make a religion check if you want, Aga.
You tell me, Dan, whether or not this would fly, but if it's a religion check related to the hells or the abyss, could I have advantage?
Yes. Let me just take a peek and see. Let me see how tied in.
Oh, she's very tied in. I have done my research.
I'm pretty. Yeah. Okay. You've already done. All right. I have
out
like
of
3
character,
bookmarks.
I've done my research.
Nice. All right. Yes. Then you can do it with advantage, Aga.
Ooh. 23, 15 plus 8.
Okay. As Dina gives you, this description of what she's experienced, it's a little hard to believe. No, because have you referenced at all, Dina, that you've encountered this, or are you just asking?
Not with Aga, but with Thud knows that I told Thud about seeing her before.
Okay.
But not about tonight's visitation.
Okay.
And he hasn't said anything to Aga about any of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're pretty familiar. I mean, it's almost legend or lore. The Pale Lady. She's also known as the Pale Knight, the Mother of Demons. She is an abyssal lord. She is thought to be Grazit's mother and the goddess Ayuza's grandmother. Let's see. She lives in a bone. Yeah, because you could roll really high. So she lives in a bone castle, which sits on a vast plateau in the endless maze of Baphomet, on the 600th layer of the abyss. Let's see. What else might you know from that? Man, because she's like hardcore. You know that there aren't that many worshippers. They're pretty rare. Most of them are malevolent spellcasters obsessed with creating new breeds of half-fiends to unleash on the world. There just aren't that many. She doesn't really need them, given her ridiculous status.
You saying that, he'll go, I am familiar with the Pale Lady.
Tonight was my 3rd visit from her.
Insight.
Yeah, go for it. Thud kind of raises an eyebrow at the revelation of a 3rd visit.
And he's like, while you were gone, when you first went downstairs tonight, before all of this happened, right after you left.
17, rather.
She's not hiding, and she is dead serious.
Incredible. Did she speak of what she wants with you?
The first time I met her, she said nothing. The second time, she told me that there were others beyond the one I told you about that were keeping an eye on me, that had an interest in me, that were watching out for me. Tonight, she brought a warning that the one I told you about, and she looks at Aga and she goes, I'm sure you're aware that not all archdemons, all demon lords are currently residing in the 9 hells.
Yes, I'm aware.
I am Cormanda's champion, so named by him, chosen by him. He has given me powers. I have done what he has asked of me so far because they have been fairly easy to accomplish. But tonight, the lady warned me of him.
I would do the same, but I would warn you of both. The devils of hell are dangerous because they make a contract, and each contract has a hole through which you can fall. But you can identify the hole. If you read through it, if you are intelligent enough, you can identify the law by which devils operate. Demons are more dangerous. Every time you interact with them could be the interaction where they betray you. And they will betray you. All of them, including the pale lady. She's probably betraying your other patron in telling you.
I don't think she likes him very much.
Like each other or not, they make deals with one another constantly.
I've been a pawn all my life. I do not wish to be anyone's pawn, but I am willing to trade and to work, to gain power, to trade favors, to do favors. If I'm going to trust one, who do I trust?
Nothing from the abyss.
That doesn't help me.
I understand, but you asked a question and I answered it. I don't mean to be contrary or difficult, but the abyss is full of backstabbers, betrayers, and monsters. The hells are full of the same thing. You speak of being a pawn your whole life. I was born in servitude of the hells. There is no gaining of power there unless you seize it yourself. You can't serve someone else and seize the power without killing them.
So if you are of the hells, we should not trust you?
I'm trying to escape the hells. But no, you shouldn't trust me.
What of this warning, dear?
Only that he was deceiving me. Sorry, I'm going to pull back to my notes real quick. I didn't have that part.
Oh, no problem.
Only that he was deceiving me.
And Aga, what do you know of Gormanda?
Dan, what do I know of
Go
Gormanda?
ahead and do another religion check. You can probably do religion or history, and with advantage.
Let me look at my skills. Their bonus is the same.
Actually, I'd say if you do history, you can have advantage. If it's religion in this case, because it's a little bit outside of his history in this world.
Well, I rolled at advantage, so it's history now. But I got a 26.
Oh, gosh.
18 plus 8.
Excellent. All right.
I feel like history is like what wizards are supposed to be good at. I'm really pleased I rolled high with that one.
Nice. All right. Where am I Cormanda at? All right. So, while there wasn't a plague change or spell plague here in this particular world, in the huge god fighting event that precipitated this new era here on the Prime, I think it was like 3,000 some years ago. I've got it in my calendar. I'm not sure. He was still a demon lord that was thrown down to the Prime in this mountain, in this volcano, that then swallowed him up in his weak state, and he was sealed in there by some other deities, and he's been trying to break free. That's kind of the lore behind him. You do know, though, that he has, because your roll is so high, as you've already verbalized, there a lot of the demons just have schemes to pull the way that he typically operates is influencing the mind of those nearby. They have to be within a certain range of him, and he can sort of influence their mind during dreams, during weakened states, moments of anything from intense panic or fear to intense anger, hatred, things like that. But most of the work he does is through dreams, and he can sort of, give you what you want to try and draw you in. That's his main go-to.
I'm sorry, Gormanda?
Cormanda. Oh, sorry.
Gormanda.
Yeah.
Gormanda. Gormanda's manipulative at best, and outright deceitful in your own perception of the world at the worst. I would be careful letting that one into your mind. And I would suggest, if you know where he is, to not get close.
Too late, darling. It would, as far as I'm aware, unless this was also a lie, it's his blood I carry in my veins. He is why I look as I do. Well, except for the scales. That was Daddy. And she looks over at that. She goes, remind me sometime we probably should track him down. I'd really like to meet him.
He nods. Dina, go ahead and make an intelligence check if you would.
Okay. Kind of sort of her strong suit. At this time, that's a 13.
Let me make a roll to see. Okay, all right. A seed of doubt pops into your mind as you recall, after hearing this, it's just a thought in the back of your mind that when you were having the dreams from the potion you imbibed, you were right there at the base of, or you right around Cormanda. And you received most or a good bit of that information before meeting in person in those dream states or trance states.
I'm gonna step forward to Dina and I'm going to say, if you would like, I can see if he's currently affecting your perception of reality.
I don't think that's necessary.
It's your choice to make.
But I will find whose blood runs through me, who made me what I am.
I don't mean to tell you how to live, but you are what you are because you made yourself. I am what I am because I made myself. Nobody makes
I did not make these or this. And the tail comes whipping around. I was born with them. In all of the generations of my family, going back to an Efreet general and an ancient red dragon, there have been none that looked like me. And now I am. I will know whose blood runs through my veins.
You know, there are spells that can
They owe me.
change you, and you can be whatever you want. And I don't mean to tell you how to live, like I said, but it is dangerous to fixate so much on some answers that may never...
They owe me an answer.
Those are your questions to ask.
And I will find them. I'll let them take my horns to give me an answer, and it turned out that the answer was not true. Another problem I'll take care of later on.
Are you missing your horns? I did not know that.
No, they've grown back. That was one of the
Okay.
gifts that she received from Cormando.
Okay. All right.
But she had been wearing, for the other party members would know that for a while she was wearing gilded horn caps that looked like they were covering the horns, but were actually covering up the fact that they were mostly missing.
Yeah, when you say they took my horns or whatever, he'll kind of like rub his horns, kind of like.
We will get answers. He kind of looks to you. Stud looks to you, Dino, like sensitive.
Do you have I need to know more about this woman. Why would she choose to warn me if they are all deceivers, as you say?
Well, if I had to take a guess, she resides within the abyss. And she tends to stay within the abyss and battle more with the hells than she does with the prime material plane. My guess is that should yes, did I say that right? I'm terrible with the fancy names. Should Cormanda escape his prison, either the abyss will become significantly more crowded, or the prime material plane will collapse. And some of the older abyssal lords recognize that destruction of the universe, while it might be fun, also means that they would pass away. So I think that perhaps it is a measure of self-preservation, or perhaps it is simply greed for power. Another abyssal lord is reaching out for a mortal that they see as potential. So why wouldn't the other abyssal lords then also grab at the same potential? And then whoever wins could either steal something from you, be it the answer to the question that you want, or be it the power within your blood. Or they could claim you as a champion and you serve them until they're done, until you decide to challenge them, and then either you win or you die.
Much about. Do you know where I can find more information on her books? Sources.
I can try to acquire some for you.
I would be in your debt if you would.
I would make you pay that debt. Are you prepared for that?
There's just a little smile at the corner of her lips. I have been paying debts all my life, most of them not my own. I think it's time for some sleep, yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Aga. I appreciate your forthrightness.
So it gives you a nod too.
You get sick of lies and deceit with devils. It's much easier being forward.
All I do is lie and deceive. But not all.
You seem to have been forthright with me, and I must say I appreciate it. And he'll stand up and kind of like, he looks really tired all of a sudden, and he kind of like tries to shift his armor, but it doesn't really work. And he'll shake Thud's hand and give Dina like a little bit of a bow and a gesture.
She kind of just with her head. We really should see if we can find a way to get that off of you sometime.
He'll kind of like,
so much fun.
and he'll kind of smirk, and he would go, "It would be a relief. There are many things I haven't enjoyed since I put it on. And he'll kind of like step out of the room.
She's openly grinning at this point, and she's taking Thud's hand and following behind you.
Nice.
We're heading to our room.
Okay, as everyone retires for their bio break, aka sleep, we'll head to ours.
Can I keep one super fast thing?
Yes, please. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna. Rayo will take Thaxel's arm, and we're gonna take the long way. We're gonna go back past Aga's room, and if I have to break in, I will. Thieves' tools. That's fine.
I left the door open.
Yes. Yes.
She told me to bring everything, and so everything I own is currently on my.
Okay, well, great. So we just opened the door. So we'll go in, and just on a side table, I'm going to drop off the 3 gold that magically appeared in my room, and then we will retire to bed.
Nice.
So I can do this right now. Are we long resting
It sounds like the plan, unless
before I click the button?
There's a button.
Well, I'm on D&D Beyond too. I'm on both.
Oh, okay.
I just want to click the button.
Well, I mean, you're going to attempt a long rest, since you may or may not make it through the night, depending.
Hold on. I think there's an emoji for this. Let me find it.
Nice.
Found it.
Awesome. Damn it. Sweet. So for those who don't know, we take like an 8 to 10 minute fire break. I'm definitely going to go refill my coffee and water and all the things. And then we'll rejoin here and see like what's going to happen. Is everyone
Find
out. Get you real soon.
Okay, so real quick before I run off, for those that were interested, that's one of them. You got Wolfie, goes all the way up. Blythe Droog, Bad Wolf, and then because of Melody Pond, or what is it? Oh my god, I forgot her name. Rory and so-and-so.
Amy.
Amy! God, thank you. I was like, it starts with an A. No, it was the one after that had the leaves. Oh my god, she was with Matt Smith forever.
Donna?
No, not Donna.
Oh, I know who you're
Clara,
talking about.
Clara.
Yes.
Thank you, Half.
Wait,
Thank you.
no. Claire. Oh, Matt Smith. I was thinking David Tennant. You're right.
Yeah. So the leaves are kind of like her thing. So you got the wolf coming up with the leaves as the tail, and it kind of goes all the way up here. Cosmic, whatever. So that's my Doctor Who. And then
Heyo.
this one is, I have to stand up, is Lord of the Rings. So here's Smog, and then right here is like where my armpit is, and that hurt like a fucking bitch. So I do not recommend anything near your armpit, but placement, I mean, it had to, whatever.
Yeah.
And so
That is
all the way around, and then where the bow is, the Eye of Sauron is going to be placed there next Tuesday.
Ooh.
So I may be late coming to stream, but I will be here trying to heal this.
Trying to not cry on stream.
So I'll be like this, like with a tank top or something. So you'll see like nastiness. But I don't care. It's whatever.
Just put some moisturizer and a bandage on it, man. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm going to go grab a snack and some to drink.
Me too. See ya.
I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, screen name. For her. Ooh. Oh, farts. Alright, let me shoot a message.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
So we got there quicker than I thought. Aga finding out
Right?
Rhea and that Rhea doesn't know. Saxel only knows a part of.
Right. Oh. Awesome.
That was exciting and fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I am concerned for your safety and therefore mine.
Nice.
Yeah, Dina's. She has a complicated relationship with her past.
I can tell. If it weren't complicated, she wouldn't be so touchy about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But that's fun stuff. I'm excited. Oh, Dan, I feel like it's more fun if I do this kind of stuff like on stream, but before we're all like playing again.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I wanted to get in touch with my contacts in hell.
Okay.
Because I would like to request books on the Pale Lady and for Cormanda. Yeah, Cormanda. I'd like to request books on that. But in doing so, I would also be getting in touch with the spy network, the informant that I have, and I would like to get them investigating Thorit.
Okay.
Paws off my half orc.
Oh, I'm not trying to steal him from you, hun. Don't worry. He has particularly interested me because he's also a seeker of power, clearly. While Dina seems to be seeking answers and, well, she wants power, but she kind of seems like she was born with it. As far as the arcane things go. Thorit seems to be a self-made man. I'm very interested in what's the root of his power, how did he get it, and what's he doing to seek more, and that kind of thing.
Okay. So contacts in the city, just messages. Contacts with hell require sacrificing an animal.
Okay.
Some blood into, like, I'm thinking supernatural maybe. You can flavor it any way you like. I just thought I'd add something special for like that cross dimensional, cross planar communication. So I was thinking like Supernatural. I don't know if you've watched Supernatural, but where they always fill up a goblet with blood, and that's how they contact down to the hells. But something like that, since it's an evil campaign.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I thought it'd be fun to have something like.
Okay.
And that does actually also remind me, Dan, that Dina wants to have that conversation about Thud's past because she's started telling him a little bit about herself. Be asking him kind of, if he would be willing to talk. We don't have to do it on stream to RP just to kind of keep things moving along. But if you want to RP it up, we can. However you want to handle it. But yeah, they're gonna have that conversation. We can always kind of retcon it back to this night if you want to do it off stream.
Okay. Let's do that because I still have to tie some things together with his backstory, just so I can give you a fully fleshed out thing, and then we'll retcon it back.
So when we have that conversation off stream, it'll be back to this night after they finish talking with Aga.
Okay, perfect.
Aga, Aggie. I have so many names for him. It's not even funny.
Nice.
Okay.
Just to mention, it's pronounced like the stove. So
You don't have his real name, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just mean that.
Nobody does. Yeah, you never tell
Axel
you.
better call him Gaga at some point. You're welcome.
You have such a great poker face.
So, just a fun story before we get started again. In the game
No.
I DM, I gave one of my players a god-killing rapier. He's a
Oh
rogue,
gosh.
and I was actually inspired by Colville's book, Thief. And but I named it Apostate after the sword from the book, but but I kind of gave it my own mechanics and story and all that.
Nice.
And every time it comes up, I'm pretty sure it was your fault, Vic. I'm pretty sure it was your fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it was Rhea's fault. But she one time I said, yeah, like, oh, are you going to use apostate? And she goes, a prostate? And I was like, because like the pain of the DM when your players are always making fun of your stuff.
Yes. Oh, I know it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this. Yeah. It's only one way you can stab the sword.
Boulders fall on your character set.
And now we do not use its proper name. Ever.
That's awesome.
Ever.
Every time I'm like, which rapier are you using? Like your normal one or that one? And he'll, oh, not a prostate. It's like just rolls just out.
That's awesome. Oh, all right. Okay. Well, it looks like everyone's back. We'll jump back in. I've got my Irish coffee. And it's delicious. I made it spot on tonight. I'm so happy. Boop. Anyway. Right. Okay. So. Oh, I sent you a message, Aga, on Discord. If you can let me know that may have an impact. I think, unless you did.
Same thing he's been doing before previously of the perimeter.
Why don't I ever get messages?
Because you don't ask for.
I'll think of something. Hold on.
I feel
saw
like
that
having the
CG.
Find Familiar spell in your spell list just automatically means that you kind of have to be ready to like do a little like backside thing. I'm sorry, Dan.
I just feel left out.
I send you messages.
And he never responds, does he?
No, I send you messages, my dear.
Oh. Yes, you do. I'm talking about, yeah.
There you go. Okay. Let's see. Your owl, Aga. Let me think of what it would actually consist of here. As your owl, sweeps and swoops around the perimeter of your estate, you see a small contingent of guards led by a couple of reapers, maybe making their way towards your. You haven't seen this yet. You haven't seen them in a group yet like this, but they are headed in your general vicinity and maybe a block and a half away.
Okay. As soon as I'm woken by the owl with this, I'm going to get up and go. Well, first of all, do I know if Thorreet has left the residence? Because he said he was going to go tonight to deliver the message to the Sultan.
I think once everyone was gonna rest, it was implied he'd stay there. Or that's how he took it from everybody. So I think he's still there.
I'm gonna go straight to Dina's room.
Okay.
I'm gonna gush.
Fire.
He opens the door, wearing absolutely nothing.
Has his stud in the back.
Completely
it?
unfazed. He's going to be like,
Yeah.
they're probably coming. Thorreet, I suggest that you remove yourself from the premises. I think it's best if I do as well.
I will make my way to the Sultan's Inn.
Yes, I think that perhaps I should go with you, because if I am here when the entire contingency arrives to remove them, then it's going to look like we're attached, and it will not be as true a story.
Yes, let us head with all haste.
And I'm gonna look at Dina and I'm like, I know you have the way out of here that isn't obvious. You're going to have to show us.
Would Rhea have shown us the secret passages out to the basement?
Yes, she would have shown you, yes, and how to go out the back part of the property instead of the front.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as Thud is dressed and has his things, just come with, let's go. And she will guide you down and out through the basement and at the back.
Okay, he's gonna make haste.
Come back.
I'm just gonna stop Dina when we
Yes.
get to the bottom after they have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And he's gonna like be in a rush, but then pause and just kind of look back and give you, a nice, passionate kiss and hug. Like, yes, let's
Go.
And he'll head out.
I'm gonna look at Dina and I'm gonna say, it's important that you cooperate with anything the Sultan says. I know that this is urgent and we have to get over to Lake Ander soon, but
Yes,
I think it's...
I'll let the others know. Thank you.
Okay. And I will leave.
And in Draconic, she calls after Thud, "I love you," and then runs back up the stairs.
Okay. You hear his footfall pick back up.
I love
So
that
awesome.
Thud's footsteps are Thuds.
Oh, everything Thud does Thuds. Dina then, at a full run, which is very unlike her, and full sprint up the stairs. First stop is Rhea's room, and she just walks right in, and she's standing by the side of your bed going, "We have trouble coming. I just let Aga and Thud out through the basement. We need to
Get
be
back,
ready."
so I'll get Ari.
All right.
Don't look suspicious. Go back to sleep after you let them know. We can't run now.
Right. Just be ready.
Yeah, thank you.
And then she will go to Thaxel's room. And again, just very quiet. She's a little more wary of waking Thaxel up in the middle of the night. I know she should be more wary of Rhea, but it didn't go through her mind to do that. But she's she kind of walks into Thaxel's room, and she's Thaxel.
She grabs a dagger like instinctively. What?
You see just the tiniest of flame on her finger, so that you can see that it's her.
Hi.
They're coming.
Who? Her eyes are so closed. Who?
The Reapers.
Have we had at least a short rest?
You have a short rest, yep.
Thank you.
Everyone, let me do it in the tracker here too, but you've all had a short rest.
I at least get one. I'll take that.
Which
Right?
means you can
Or
use...
cooperate. Don't lie. Keep it simple.
I can wild shape.
Okay.
I can do that now. Is that better?
Not yet. Not yet. No, not yet. If you can wild shape and get out as a cat at some point,
I don't
Yes.
like cats.
then be a spider. But it's not. I think it's best if they find us all here. All right.
Okay.
Cooperate. Keep it simple.
Okay. She like puts her dagger wherever, back under her pillow. Okay, so do we go back to sleep or something?
Go back to sleep.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
All right. And then she's gonna lay her
Yep.
head down and put her hand under her pillow and keep a tight hold on her dagger that Tassos gave her. That's one that she's clutching.
And then Dina will go back to her room and get back into bed and pretend to sleep.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend some sorcery points to get some spell slots back.
Oh, all right. Nice. And Freya, what were you doing after Dina alerted you?
She would have gone to get Ari and told her if what was going on, and if she wanted to come back and sleep in her room until everything happens, she can.
Yeah. I'd be worried I might hurt someone that came in to have to try and hurt me.
Sure. I know. All right. Come back to room with me, all right?
Oh, okay. She follows you. All right, so you hear, the treading of the water with a small boat paddling across the moat. And you would have a servant informing you that there's a boat full of, people approaching, reapers and some would you just acknowledge it and be like, okay, thanks, and leave it be as the servants say that? Or do you have anything you want to say to the servants?
I would probably have directed mine to bring them to the reception room.
Of course, ma'am.
And let the others know that that's where we'll be able to see them.
Okay, and you can hear the shakiness in their voices.
Don't worry, dears. I'm sure it's nothing too terrible. It just must be urgent, that's all.
Okay.
We'll be down shortly to dress. Let them know that we're coming, but, it is the middle of the night. We need to dress.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mistress. And so they do. You hear the front gates sort of open, like not kicked open, but they're flung open. You hear a lot of footfalls as a bunch of pitter patters of the guards clang into the house, and sort of you hear it flow throughout the house. Some coming upstairs, some going across other areas. You can hear a couple of the servants saying, "Oh, in the reception room. Yes, they'll meet you there." But they don't seem to be listening too much to that currently. This is just based on what you hear through bedroom doors and stuff. Let's see. Who has a room on the lowest floor? The bedroom on the lowest floor. So get to that first. No one? Oh, Rhea?
Yeah, because I wasn't there for that episode.
Oh, Rhea got stuck on the bottom floor.
That's all right. I got on the second floor. No one's on the bottom.
Nice.
Ari and I would have both had lower levels, but that's okay.
Okay. You hear a loud rap at the door. Open up. We're here on behalf of the Sultan. Please make yourselves where we can see your hands. Open the door, or we will open it in 5 seconds.
I'm coming. And she will, make her way and make a big show as she opens the door of closing her nightgown.
It's awesome.
I'm so sorry. I thought we were meeting you in the reception room. I was in the middle of dressing.
Well, yes, please find your way down to the reception room. We will be there shortly.
Thank you. The rest of the ladies are probably doing the same, just to make you aware.
Very well. And they stand back to let you and Ari leave the room.
No, I need to finish dressing. I'm not going anywhere not dressed.
Very well. And he closes the door over but not shut. And he's not being pervy or anything. He's, turns his back to the door and stands like guard outside.
That's fine. She will take her time getting dressed, and then actually just change her, put on her studded leather, and change it to a dress.
That's awesome.
But pretend to put all of it on. Yeah.
Aries just totally like, that is so cool. Wow, you have the coolest stuff, Rhea.
We'll get you some cool stuff, Ari. And I'll make sure she has something to wear that's not pajamas.
Nice. Oh, thank you. So, you both get dressed. Are you both heading down to the room?
Yes, after we get dressed. Yeah.
Okay. As you leave, one guard or one of these, patrol people. I'll just call them guards. One of the guards follows you down. The other one goes into the room. and you see some of the other ones going into different rooms to look around, see who's, just their regular business. They're clearing each room. Who has the next highest floor? Thaxel? And
I think I'm on the 3rd. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Dina's on the 4th because Dina's on the highest level, right above Thaxel's room.
3rd or 4th levels. I think there's 3, 4, whatever.
Okay, that's fine. I'll figure you're next either way. So, Thaxel, you hear on the floor below you doors opening and some footfalls going in rooms, leaving, going down the hall, and then, getting closer to underneath you. You then hear some that are also coming down your hallway. Are you going to remain in bed as you hear them approaching down the hallway?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. No, I won't wild shape. I was going to wild shape. I won't do it. I will be up by the window just looking out. Right in my room.
Okay. All right. Open up. We are here on behalf of the Sultan. We will open the door in 5 seconds.
Just come in.
Boof, the door swings open. Yes, well, please, see your way down to the reception room. Is there anyone else in this room with you?
Do you see anyone in here? I was sleeping. And she's a lizard.
Nice.
I'm not wearing anything.
Awesome. Yes, well,
Do you know what time it is?
It's time for you to go to the reception room, ma'am.
Oh, snarky attitude.
Make your way now. If I find anyone else in here that you didn't make me aware of, we will hold that against you.
If I find any else in this bedroom, get out. I'll meet you down there. God.
I will wait outside until you're ready, ma'am. Do not take time.
Would you like to, stay in here and watch me get dressed?
I'll be outside in the hall. He shuffles out, closes. Same thing. He doesn't shut the door, but he closes it over, turns so he's not facing you, just into the hallway.
I can see you. Trying to make him as uncomfortable.
He's pretty
as
uncomfortable.
I can.
Yeah.
Good. I'm taking my time.
Nice.
not so crazily, but
yeah. Testing the limits. Yeah.
Where did I put my belt? I don't know where they moved it.
That's awesome. And the same is when you ultimately head out down to the reception room, the guard will go in and look around your room. So same thing, Dina. You hear the guards coming down the hallway. Do you want to stay in your room until they arrive?
Oh yeah, she's in her room until they arrive.
Please open the door. We are here on behalf of the Sultan. We will enter in 5 seconds. If you do not, make sure
she gets out of the bed real quick. She throws on what is essentially a sheer like negligee wrap. The first button is about 2 inches below the breastbone, and the last one about 1 inch. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And there's 2 buttons on done up, and she opens the door. She says, "Oh, does he always request? Is it time for my personal? I had requested a private audience with him. Does he always do this in the middle of the night?
You can.
Too much.
You can take that up with my superior, ma'am.
Oh, so is this about my private audience then that I requested?
I do not know.
Oh, darling, surely you know whether or not you came here to wake me up in the middle of the night to take me to a private audience with the Sultan or not.
I cannot say. But I can tell you, you need to make your way to the reception room post-haste.
Oh.
Can I yell?
Out of character real quick, my internet connection is unstable if I drop. So.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Thanks.
So she's like, oh my. You want to make haste with me?
Please.
Yes. Please? Oh, well, darling.
He's sort of uncomfortably.
Try tugging him into the room.
Nice. And he kind of pulls back. Ma'am, please see your way down to the reception room. And he leans out and gestures.
Fine. Really, so forceful. I do like that. And she's just literally, as he turns around, She is right behind him because she's not making any other move to dress or add on anything. Going
Nice.
down as she is.
That's awesome.
Is Dina gonna run into me on our way down there, or?
Could be if you're dragging your feet.
Probably. I mean, if you're taking a long time, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Nice. Okay, so he's doing the same thing with your room. So as you head down, Dina, you see Thaxel taking her sweet time down the stairwell.
Dina! He was spying on me. I think she dropped. Dang it.
Oh no, oh, that stinks.
Dina?
Oh, she's
Dina?
back. Oh,
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I almost left the meeting. I was like, oh, nope. I just heard. Sorry about that, guys. My
You're
internet
fine.
connection for some reason is being really weird. I don't know why.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
What did I miss?
You see me, and I'm gonna yell, Dina!
Oh, darling, did you request a private audience with the Sultan too? Middle of the night seems so odd, but then again, I mean, it is a private audience.
I thought it was rude. The guy wanted to watch me get dressed. It was very unflattering, and he doesn't realize that I am in a serious relationship.
Well, I mean, it could be flattering if he wanted to watch you dress.
Well, I mean, you know,
Most men do tend to want to watch us undress.
well, I am beautiful.
You are, darling. You are. And I take her hand.
Perv. As we walk in.
Dina whispers, I like pervs.
That's amazing. All right.
Actually, she's doing everything she can to make these men uncomfortable.
Amazing. I love it.
Or women. It doesn't matter. People. She wants to do everything she can to make these people uncomfortable.
Yeah, because Saxel's really nervous right now, so this is how she copes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Where is my... I did not put the picture in that I wanted to use for this. Crapper. Sorry, give me a super quick sec, because I can't find the image that was very close to the Reapers. I want to have like a legit image for this. This one and this and that. Oh, come on, give me. All right, fine. I'm gonna have to use this crapsicle image. It's watermarked. I have one that's not. I have the actual image, but whatever. All right. Let me just rename this one because that's okay. Then move it over yonder into Fantasy Grounds. So please excuse the watermarks. Share this puppy out. So as you all approach, making your way down into this room, there is a single Reaper, seemingly female Reaper. Again, they have a lot of them have this thin cloak, that's dark black, some leathers, but mostly sleeveless, fairly form-fitting, but they work for seemingly to keep them cool, even though it's pretty cold at night here in the desert. Most of it's like a lot of their clothes are just flowing off behind them. Small, shorts that are sort of deserty shorts, if that makes any sense. But a lot of like the flowing cloak, hood up over her face. I kind of want to share this one, thanks. And I'm going to share this image. You walk down, you see her pacing the floor away from you. You see Rhea and Ari. This is Dina and Thaxel arriving. Ari and Rhea have already seen her, and you are sitting down at the table with a number of guards. They've posted themselves around the room just to watch for points of ingress and egress from the room. And you see the Reaper turns at the end of the room and looks back, Dina and Thaxel, as you're entering the room. And this is effectively the face you get, phasing in and out a little bit over a humanoid face, what the face might look like without the bone and such.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Dina! Dina! She's so pretty! I want to touch her face.
No, not now. Later.
Oh my god.
I know, sweetheart.
She's so beautiful. Hi!
Hmm.
Hi. Oh, you're so pretty.
She has her hands folded behind her back and just...
Do you speak?
You're all here then, I see.
Oh my god, she speaks.
Or as Frank would say, what's all this then? As he said in chat, which was hilarious. Yes, so she... Oops, I need a cloak now I don't have cloak here. Hands behind her backs. I see you've all arrived then. Please sit.
Oh, where do you want me to sit? I'll sit wherever you want me to. Can I sit by you? I want to be friends so bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna take this. Yes. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna walk over and sit as close as I can and just lock eyes and like get lost in her face.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh fuck. That's not bad. Oh, I'm really good. Wisdom, you said?
Yeah, yep.
20.
Oh, nice. You feel like you're almost being drawn into these eyes. And the effect that a lullaby might have on a child is a similar effect to what happens as you're peering into these eyes. It's drawing forth some inner you, a soul, as it were, from you and just sort of putting you in a daze. But you kind of pull out of it. Your excitement is just too much to be lulled into any sort of peace.
I don't know what's happening.
She gives you a look.
And I try to like fix myself and try to. Okay. Hey, girl. Hey. What can we do you for?
You
Tina
know.
is sitting on the arm of a chair watching all of this, just and not looking at Rhea or Ari.
You know why we are here.
To see me?
Well, I
To see
thought it was trying to go
justice.
to the Sultan, but perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
I can just listen to you talk all night. You're like a Morgan Freeman talking to me. I know you don't really know who that is, but he was like, it was a story thing. Anyways, keep talking. I just want to. Oh my god.
Her face sort of, it's this face overlaid over like a normal humanoid face that would, if she had skin over this face, is probably what she would look like. It wavers and shifts every so often, like micro wobbles.
Do you have feelings? Because I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now.
You are known to be at the estate of McGregor and Rivas, where an individual perished at your hands. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Isn't that incorrect? I don't believe we were all at McGregor and Rivas.
I did not hear a
Sure
word.
where it. Yeah, I'm not even sure where that is.
You are registered as a group, and you will be held responsible for good deeds and poor alike as a group.
She is so calm right now, you guys.
Yes. Like you should be.
I'm sorry, you often come into people's houses and accuse them of crimes in the middle of the night?
Only with proof.
Oh, so you have proof. Could you produce that, please?
Proof is not... I'm not here to produce the proof at your demand. I'm here for
You have
answers.
to.
It's all right, Dina. I think what she's probably speaking of is that one of my family's contacts did have to go to McGregor and Revis. We have been looking for a particular item. I'm not sure if you're familiar with my family, probably not as much, but we collect things, and they had a lead that we needed. And so we went to have a meeting that we set up with them. And unfortunately, that meeting did not go very well. And our people in that meeting had to flee for their lives.
She starts, she walks over toward you. Kate kind of, even though there isn't wind, it billows a bit behind her and leans you down close. A moment ago, you told me you knew nothing of McGregor and Revis.
I said I didn't believe all of us had been there, and your accusation was that we had all been there.
She pulls back. Then I will ask you all bluntly. Were any of you responsible for the death of an individual, any individual, at the estate, or the fire that ensued?
I am lost in her voice. I am not paying attention.
Make a, gosh, what is it? Hang on a sec.
Damn it! Just trying to play like she would.
No, you're fine. I'm not trying to punish you. No, I'm not. She just has some things that perfectly line up with with what you're doing. Let's see. It is a bum 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 bum. Yeah, wisdom saving throw, please.
17.
Thaxel, you, even more so than you already feel connected to this person. This is someone that just shares your very same wavelength. You are as close as a bestie could be with this person, and you feel like you can share anything with this person. They're your bestie. You trust them completely. She kind of has a wispy float off to the side and kind of floats back down near you. Well?
Yeah?
Face micro wobbles.
Yeah. Wait, towards me, right?
Yes. Yep. And she's pretty close. She's just a couple feet away from you. Looking at you now.
What was...
You remember? Something happened at the estate of McGregor and Revis, a fire, and...
Oh, yes. We've already reported that to the Sultan.
And someone was killed? She kind of ignores Dina as she's in her interrogation mode. Right? Was that one of you?
No? No? No, I ran away. I did not start that fire.
Did one of you start that fire? Did one of you here kill?
Oh, no. No. Why would I lie to you? No. No. It was, well, it was self-defense. It was self-defense.
Of course. One must
Yeah.
protect themselves.
I know.
Tell
I know.
me.
She tried to kill me.
And why?
I don't know.
How did it all begin?
I feel weird. I feel so weird. My heart feels funny. What did you do?
I think it's like a minute and then you'll know something was done to you. Until
Oh,
then,
yeah.
you're just like, here's our bestie. Woo!
I'm so glad we're friends.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
We tell each other everything, don't we?
Yeah. I guess.
Then tell me what happened.
Well,
She pours a glass of wine for you and holds it out.
for me?
Of course.
Oh,
Can I do an Arcana check while this is? I mean, I recognize this is a spell that's going on because I do charm spells. Dina-
Nice. You don't even
This is
have to do a roll. You definitely recognize this. Mm-hmm.
listen,
Excuse me, pardon me, just for a moment.
we're talking.
I know, darling, but she's using magic on you. She's not really your friend. She just wants you to think she is.
What?
That's the
No,
craziest
no.
thing you've ever heard. Yeah.
No, we've known each other for like a really long time.
Cast charm person on Thaxel. I look at Thaxel and I start to do a spell you've seen Dina do before. As a matter of fact, we've talked about Dina being able to do it on you before where you would voluntarily.
Yes. Yeah, we have. I mean, I'm letting anything. Can I?
You're casting a spell, Dina, or are you just explaining to her?
I'm explaining to her, and then I'm going to start casting, not charm person, but enthrall.
All right.
Because
just
that's
have
short.
Okay. Sees her.
No.
And
I like
4 or 5
everybody.
guards come up to you, Dina, and approach.
Verbal and somatic, so do I get it off?
Yes, because it takes her a minute to sense the arcana. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if Daxel would choose to fail, you're now enthralled by Dina.
I choose to fail.
You might have to
Or-
do just maybe
Have to roll?
a roll since you're already feeling, not to say you can't, just to determine
Yeah.
like between one bestie and another, if that makes
Oh
sense.
no. Okay, I need a good dice.
I'll let you determine however you want to. Well,
No, don't do
determine.
it for. No, I don't want to be in charge of my fate. Are you kidding me?
Dina's looking at Thaxel, and she's like, Thaxel, darling, don't you remember those nights that we spent together? And then there was Tassos. And so
I
much.
like him too.
I know.
But look at her. I think we would be really good together.
He's like, she's prettier than I am. I mean, who have you known longer, sweetheart? And these are the words that she's using to cast the spell.
Ah, okay. I guess roll. Oh, I don't know. It's so tough. Maybe just a D20, and you can pick whether there's 1 to 10 and 11 to 20, and you can pick who is who.
Or you could do the wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Yes, or you could do the wisdom
rather
saving
do
throw.
that.
Mm-hmm.
If I succeed, then Dina gets me.
If you succeed, then the Reaper maintains control because you would block out Dina's thing. But if you fail, then the spell automatically takes over.
Oh God. I have a really good wisdom save. Oh God. Okay. Got a 24.
Oh no. Just as the guards approach, and you see one of them drawing out a pair of shackles, Dina. The other 3 are just sort of rushing.
I was only doing what she was doing. Is that wrong? In my house, am I not allowed to use the same powers that she's using on my friends?
They are completely ignoring. They're putting the cuffs on, and you feel them start negating the arcane hum that runs through you as they clasp them on.
Wait, I don't even know your name. What's my best friend's name?
Vaxel, please.
Does she know my name?
I'm pretty sure someone just said, I think Dina called out to you. She'd know it anyway, but yeah. But I think that she called out, Vaxel, please. She'll be fine. Of course. We wouldn't let any harm come to any of you and your friends. But in order to make sure you're safe, I must know what happened.
I'm not there, but could I make the argument that it's definitely been a minute of conversation at this point?
I'm cutting out a little bit because I'm giving some extra leeway for the conversation. Since a spell would actually be 6 seconds, I just wanted to let Dean have the flavor. She's pretty good at keeping it moving. I just also didn't want to step on toes. So, but it's nearing. Thank you though. Please always let me know because I never want to mess that up.
I did want to ask. I know she's charming Thaxel, but because that spell is towards her, can I tell if she's lying about how what her intentions are and everything?
Yeah, you can do an insight check to see.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
an insight check. Okay, so that's a 18, so that's a 29.
Ooh, okay. She rolled a 3, and I not going to bother adding modifier. Yeah, she seems to be here, genuinely seeking. You feel like she's already gotten information. She's looking to confirm it. This is one of her roles.
Would I still have? I would have my dagger on, like if we were getting dressed. Okay. Yeah, why would I leave it behind me? I told you already what happened. They lunged and we had to defend ourselves and then we ran. Like, what else was I supposed to do?
Is that how Thaxel actually remembers it?
Huh? I don't know.
Since she's your bestie, you'd feel... Sorry, sometimes NPCs use good spells too.
I was like, yeah, but even Dina doesn't know everything. This charm person.
She did scream out, which did endanger them. And so she did threaten them in a way, shape, or form. And then she was killed for doing that. So theoretically...
It would be more like what you'd say to a bestie. In which case, you might not be...
I mean, she didn't actually die by Dina's hand. She died because of what Dina did. But Dina didn't actually kill her.
Yeah.
It was just her nails.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, technically, they were going to try and take her with them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, I just want to... I mean, I have a few best friends that if I did certain things, I still wouldn't tell them because I know what they do and they would be obligated to say something. And so if my best friend's a policeman, I'm not going to tell him about, like the illegal thing I went and did yesterday.
I was going to say, Dina doesn't know like everything about her past. Tassos does. So am I on the Dina level or the Tassos level of this charmed thing?
Tassos is your lover, Dina's your best friend.
Yeah, she's like a best friend right now. So essentially things kind of... I'll let you play it how you want to. But the intention of the spell, like in case you were to use it in the future or someone else, is that this particular charm spell is that you're besties. So use it, how you see fit. And I won't judge. Either way.
Good, don't judge. Okay, I'm gonna preface this. I'm being charmed, y'all. So, I mean, we went there, and I was wanting to talk with McGregor and Revis. Like, we had this whole thing set up, right?
Okay.
It was taking so long. And like, 3 hours went by. Totally over exaggerating. 3 hours went by. Like, who's gonna wait that long? You know? Like, would you wait that long to go see somebody that you already had an appointment with?
You do have a tendency to storytell. Please, skip to the point.
Oh, this is part of the experience. Okay? And then it just
Spell fades.
Huh?
Spell fades. You're in control of yourself again. You realize that she cast something on you.
What the fuck did you just do?
Oh. Well, I thought
And
we
like
were friends.
one hand's grabbing my dagger, just like if I by an instinct, but I'm not drawing it.
Okay.
What did you do?
Stopped you.
I simply made us become good friends for a moment there. Get to know one another better.
You know, you could have just asked nicely.
I prefer the truth. She leans back and the spirit of the one you killed has named.
I didn't kill anybody.
Has named the killer. And she kind of looks back at Dina that's been shackled into the shackles with the guards. There's no judgment to be passed here today, but you will be seen by the Sultan or one of his viziers.
Well, I do have a requested from personal audience, so...
Your rank in the city allows for that. For now...
So precisely how quickly is this going to happen?
Oh, right now. This one, and she looks at Dina and then looks back at Thaxel, and this one, and calls some guards over. Another 3 or 4 from the other side of the room come over, Thaxel, to detain you. One of them pulls out shackles.
No.
She kind of floats up close to you unnaturally fast. Yes.
I'm trying as hard as I can to struggle to reach for my dagger.
Go for it. Yeah, if it's I imagine it's on your person.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
She has both of them, so I'm trying to reach for it and get in like a ready stance. Like
she gets
no. Sorry.
Yes. And you get a good glimpse into those deep, soulless eyes again. What do you want to do?
I'm going to hold on just a second.
She's just gonna creepy stare at you
as
for a
I
minute.
look at something on this while I'm waiting for someone to look at my chat. Okay, no, I take my dagger out and just ready and get defensive.
The wobbling of this form solidifies, and the human face sort of subsides, and these bones start to arch out, stretch out, similar to that form you saw when they were flying, like the Turian from Mass Effect. They stretch back to the back and push the hood down and off her head. And in some of the holes between bones here, you see deep crimson and purple flames burning inside here and there within the skull. Then, death. And she's going to make an attack, because that's what Reapers do. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky! Okay, that's the second time that die's rolled a 3. I should check your AC. Oh yeah, you're good. The first one is effectively a move to pin you. Actually, so I guess technically you'll have to roll an athletics or an acrobatics check, but the only thing you have to beat. So 3 plus.
Oh fuck! It's fine. I failed anyway. Wait!
Athletics is what? Strength. Okay.
The die is gone now.
So yeah, she only has a 7. She has a 7 total.
Oh, okay.
It's a terrible
That
roll.
was an 8. So
She goes to grapple you and shove you, and just by instinct, you twist your arm around hers and push her past you. But instead of falling, she kind of floats down and then back up and loops around to face you. But you're in combat with her now, so it's up to you what you'd like to do at this point. It's your turn, so.
oh,
I'll actually give a quick pause for Rhea, since Rhea's here and Ari's here, and Dina, you're shackled, but and there's a couple guards around you, but you're here. Is there any reaction that you would all like?
Yeah, Ray's gonna stand up and not stand between them, but stand up with her hands up and say, really, there's no reason for us to fight. She just startles easily, and she's gonna give a look to Thaxel.
Then she will come with us.
I don't think she's disputing that. You just startled her with your looks and
Aggressive nature.
She calls the guards
Aggressive
over
nature.
again. They approach Thaxel once more with the shackles.
are those really necessary though? I can come willingly. You do not have to put those on me. Don't put them on me.
After this outburst, you simply cannot be trusted.
I am an angel. Don't put them on me, please.
Make a persuasion check. Not because of the angel part, but because of the sincerity. After, don't put them on me, please, which isn't something Thaxel typically, adds
Yeah,
a
she
please
doesn't
there.
typically do that. Persuasion? Oh, I forgot I'm not that intelligent. 13.
Okay. Then you made a misstep, dear. Today, you will be brought to the palace in these shackles. Lower your hands.
it's all right, Thaxel. It's okay.
No, it's not.
The guard comes up with the first shackle to put it on your wrist.
I back up. Oh, God.
Thaxel, you can't do what you need to do if you're dead.
Yeah, but I don't have to have them on me.
Right now, yes, you
Yeah.
do. For now, darling.
It's a misunderstanding, Thaxel. That's all. It'll be momentary. I
Yeah.
promise.
No, it won't. It
By
won't.
the time we get there,
What?
this will have already all been taken care of. And she's just staring down Thaxel in the eye. Trust me.
I don't want them on me.
I know, darling.
I can't. I don't want them
I
on
know,
me.
darling.
A
I know.
booming voice echoes out from the Reaper that fills the room. Okay, so picture the scene from Lord of the Rings where the Queen has the ring on and everything she gets like huge, but I would use the ring's power to do this and that.
Lady Galadriel.
Thank you. Yes, Lady Galadriel. Then death, you hear echo, and some of that billowing thunder rolls out from under the cloaks.
Dina looks at Thaxel. Look at me.
You're-
Trust. Trust. Please.
Hold on. I'm going to message you real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take applause.
While we're pausing, when we're walking through the basement passageway, I'm going to say to Thud, I think we're going to have to immediately go to the Sultan right now. Yes.
Absolutely. Let's make haste.
Indeed. I will send ahead with my and I'll like pull out I always have parchment on me, and I'll pull out some parchment and like write a note, and I'll say, do you want to send the note with the owl, or would you like just this one that we're coming?
Send one ahead.
I'll wrap it around the leg of the owl, tie it, and
I have means to send a mental message to a contact in the palace. I will send additional information as best I can.
excellent.
Dan, quick question.
Yeah.
Does Ari have access to enthrall or charm person?
Let me check. So she hasn't leveled up in a while. So
She would be a level 9 warlock? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Let me look up the spell list she has access to.
Do warlocks have access to?
Charm Person. She would have access to Charm Person.
Does she have to pick spells that level up, or is it like cleric or druid, where you just have access to all of them?
Warlocks, I think, have a set spell
I think
list.
they have a set.
Yeah.
Like you have to pick the spells when you level up.
I think
picked these
warlocks,
two.
bards, and sorcerers are the 3 set ones, and you can change them every time you level up.
Right.
Okay.
Druids can change too.
But she would
Druids and
have.
clerics change every long rest.
Yeah.
Right. But when they level up, they can also swap out spells.
Yeah. Okay. So she can always swap that
They
out.
have access to Enthrall, as well as Charm Person, and I believe she's casting spells at like 3rd or 4th level, at level 9.
Let's take a look. Yeah, 4th and 1 5th level spell. I think she has.
Well, she can only cast at a certain. She can either cast at 4th level or she can cast at 5th level.
Okay.
Level 9. I think it's 4th level.
Oh,
Like
okay, gotcha.
At
Yeah.
level 10, cast at 5th. So she would have access to those spells.
If you want to say, for the sake of all of the craziness going on, that she has it, and then she can opt to change it out when she levels up another time.
Are you guys okay with that? With either a Charm Person or Enthrall being one of the spells that Ari would have within her repertoire?
I would say, based on the information Anna and I talked about for our little side story, that would make a lot of sense because of just the nature of what her job was.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
And I guess we would know that, or Rhea at least would know that. So would Rhea be able to
Rhea knows
tell
that.
Ari what to do?
Yeah.
For Thaxel? Okay.
Yeah. So she would say, Ari, could you please come help calm down Thaxel? We need her to come with us, and we need to do it the way that the Reapers want.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have her do a sleight of. Oh, okay, sleight of hand. So she very subtly under the table. She's sitting down, begins casting this on Thaxel. So Thaxel, go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw for the enthrall.
And you can't choose to fail it.
I choose to fail it.
Thaxel would be like, all right, go ahead. Okay.
Well, only because she's wise.
Nice.
If she knows what is
She
what
probably
they're
would
trying to-
make a perception check if you would, because she's casting it under the table so that they don't see. And her sleight of hand was 17 plus.
Oh, well. Oh, my perception's so good. That's a 12.
And she's felt this before when Dina's cast it on her, so it would feel.
Okay, you feel the same feeling you had a minute ago from Dina's spell.
Okay,
That
yeah.
calming, starting to seep in your mind, taking away your desire to not be shackled.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to choose to fail.
Okay, all right. You choose to fail, and let's see, enthrall. So you are under Ares' control, I believe.
Hey,
Let's
guys.
check the spell. Oops, helps if I type in D&D. All right.
And I've got it up. Any creature that can't see if you. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on perception checks made to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends or until the target can no longer hear you.
Okay.
So basically, her focus is now all on Ari and whatever Ari wants.
All right. You weave a distracting string of words, causing creatures of your choice you can see with range can hear you. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let's say the target's disadvantage on perception checks may perceive any creature other than you. All right. So yeah, you are. You look over, at Ari, and everything else sort of kind of falls by the wayside. As you're focused on Ari, a shackle clicks, and then another shackle on the other hand, and the spell fades as all your magic and arcana is nullified by the shackles.
Okay, so now she's like back to
Thaxel, but shackled.
okay. She's gonna freak out.
The guards are going to start just kind of shoving and nudging you.
Yeah, no, she's in the PTSD type freaking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Thaxel. The Reaper looks over to Rhea and Aerie. Would you come to us then? Well, you'll come with us to the palace now. We'll take these two ahead. You may take anything that will help you while before the Vizier or the Sultan in your defense. And we will give you half an hour's time under guard to procure that and meet us at the palace.
That's agreeable. We'll be there in 30 minutes.
Alright, I'm gonna roll something here.
Can how freaking out is Thaxel? Is she gonna hear anything at all?
Possibly. Like it's like seriously PTSD level of freaking out. Yeah, but so she may. I don't know. I can roll.
Thaxel, where are your books you showed Tassos?
Well, she got a 21, so yeah, I guess she would have heard Tassos and stopped briefly to look at you. What?
The books that you shared with Tassos that first night.
Under my bed.
Thank you. Anything else I should grab?
Don't let anyone take my poisons. Or they may all be.
We'll keep them safe.
Okay. I don't know. I think she would have her sending stone on her still, but I know she can't really use it. But she has that and her daggers, and then like maybe a vial of potion or poison on her. That's really about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else? Yeah, I don't know.
Dina, they're also sort of, pushing you out with Thaxel. Or if you're walking with them, they won't be shoving. They'll just
Yeah, she's walking with them. She's almost unnaturally calm.
Oh, okay.
Very passive, it's kind of that, her face has gone blank, but it's not that dead expression. It's just like she's almost not home at the moment.
Okay. Over at the palace, Aga and Thud have arrived. They're racing through hallways.
On our way over
Yeah.
there, I do want to have a brief conversation with Thud.
Okay, certainly.
Who else knows about you and Dina?
No one here.
Excellent. We should keep it that way, and as much as you can, do not indicate a relationship in the palace.
No. And he's
All right.
hustling.
All
So your servants are sort of making way for the two of you. Thurit has the Lord Regent title, and so they have a little extra sway. They recognize you, and you manage to push your way through up to a room where the Viziers are preparing to have this heard. Thud pushes past the servant and shoves the doors open. News. I bring news on this matter. And, steps aside so you can enter as well.
My owl will flap down from wherever he managed to drop off his message and
Yeah, they're like, yes, we've received your letter. One of the the elven viziers here. Very well. Elucidate. And back to Thud's hair. Let's see. This matter has been brought to my attention as one close to the Sultan, to protect his power and the power of Paelay. Aga, please, share what you have learned.
I'll step forward and just kind of matter-of-factly lay out the facts of that the McGregor and Revis are attempting to locate objects of incredible power, and that the seat of the Sultan may be under assault itself. At that time is of the essence. They are currently investigating an object of power that could threaten the entire infrastructure of Paelay and the government running it, including the viziers and the Sultan himself.
I have procured the assistance of this particular adventuring group in an attempt to stay one step ahead of McGregor and Revis. When I heard news that this trial would take place, I needed to be here immediately. With those with information, Aga has assisted me in gathering information. I have it from another trusted source that this altercation on McGregor and Revis's estate was precipitated by McGregor and Revis themselves. It was a trap to make them appear guilty. There is no truth to this. I vow to it by my title. This group must be allowed to do their work. And they're sort of like, doing their harumph mumbles and stuff up behind their table.
I think Aga would probably add in some small bit about like being part of the scholarly investigation into the earthquake, and how McGregor and Revis is not their first infraction, and that the viziers need to open their eyes to threats from within.
Okay. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Natural 20 and a natural 1.
Oh, thank you for advantage.
I want to...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh man. That was terrifying.
Nice. All right. And you see them, they ask a couple of questions. I'm going to sort of put this into general terms because that was such a great persuasion roll, as well as Thud's was an 18 in total. They start to have a conversation, ask you a few clarifying things, and Thud, let me just roll for his deception. Oh yeah, baby, it's a 19 plus whatever his deception is, which is really high. Weaves a tale like on the spot that totally, that expands on that initial lie. And we'll fade sort of from that back to the house. Dina walking out down towards the boats. I imagine there's some little stairwells down towards the moat, and Thaxel sort of being jostled down there. If you're fighting, they're probably going to be ornery. You're probably going to get like a hilt of a sword in the stomach.
Oh no, yeah, she's fighting.
Every so often you get a strike.
He doesn't care.
The Reaper is sort of like 40 feet behind or so, a guard on either side, and she just pauses and looks up in the sky towards the center of Paelay. And in that same billowing voice, still looking up, just reaches her hand out towards the guards near Dina and Thaxel. Halt! And they all stop. And just this complete silence falls over all of you after all the jostling and fighting and arguing. It's just Thaxel that can be heard now.
You need to get close to Thaxel just to be like in physical contact with her.
Okay.
Even if it's like an arm or something like that, just trying to I know she's struggling and fighting, but if Thaxel will let her, Dina will try to get as close to her as she can, just trying to reassure her. She's constantly doing the whole, I'm here. It's going to be okay. Sure.
She looks down. The sort of battle form kind of draws back in. The humanoid faces here with this one just sort of overlapping. Same like ruby red kind of hollow eyes. The deep I guess it's more like a crimsony red. Free them. Guards look. Yes, but they know not to question that. take the cuffs off of Dina and Thaxel. It takes them a minute because you're still like, ah! But they manage to get the things off of you. How do you two want to react to those things? Rhea and Arians, if you were back there, you would have seen it too, if you were outside towards them.
Okay. We probably would have stayed inside, but they left Reapers with us, right?
Just guards that you can see. You saw 3 Reapers, or I don't know if Aga gave the report of the 3 Reapers, but Owl saw 3 Reapers, but you've only seen 1 so far.
Okay.
Because I've been struggling and going to elbow or punch the nearest guard.
Roll just a d20 on that. Strength check it.
Yeah, I will. 18.
Okay, you knock that guard out cold.
Good.
Would Axel allow Dina to put a hand on her arm? No? Okay.
You try to, she knocks it away, still not realizing it's you.
I think, yeah, she's just like, she's reacting in like this feral type state, and then she's gonna like try to like punch the other one just real quick. Whether it hits or not, she doesn't care.
Okay, yeah, roll another strength check as you attempt to hit this next one. You're sort of flabbergasted that you just knocked out one of the compatriots.
7.
Okay, this one's a dwarf, and you hit him in the face. You don't have as much energy. You spent most of it in that first shot. You strike him across the face, and he kind of sets his jaw and looks back at you with a gnarly look.
And then I'm going to wild shape into just a wolf. I don't want to be too big, and then just run. I'm going to try to run back into the house if the door is still open.
Make a dexterity check. This is as you punched the 2 guards, and as you see what you have for reaction time before shifting.
14?
Okay, yep, you managed to shift, and you run up as the Reaper watches you. Run past and up the stairs. You may return, Dina. The Sultan has received word that exonerates you.
And all of this could have been avoided had you but waited a few more minutes. And she's going to look, and she is marking the face of every one of those guards, and whatever face that Reaper is presenting, she's marking them. And I look forward to our next meeting. I doubt you will enjoy it as much. And she just spins on her heel, barefoot. Again, she's wearing that whole sheer, wrap,
nice.
And it just flares behind her, and she just walks just as calmly and as great, just walks away back into the house.
Okay.
And heads straight for the nearest bottle of liquor.
Nice. The Reaper calls out, "Return!" to the guards, and they inside sort of stop and look and set everything down they're doing immediately and start heading out. Rhea and Ari, you see a wolf come running in, and then shortly after, Dina comes, in that slow, careful waltz, that determined walk back into the house.
I see our messages made it to the Sultan then.
It would appear so.
It could have happened, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, but yeah. It's good that it did.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Dina's going to try and go to Thaxel in wolf form. And kneel down. Just kind of look at Thaxel. Not trying to get too close, but just try to make that contact.
I think she ran back to her room.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and go like in the nearest darkest corner and curl up.
Are you guys okay, Rhea, Ari?
I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Ari, for your help. Thank you, Rhea.
As much as she doesn't want to admit it, you're all like family. Of course I'd do that. Speaking of, I have a call to make. if you'll excuse me. And Rhea will go off to a quiet corner and call Tassos and tell him, you need to call Thaxel. She's had a rough day.
Aww.
She needs you right now.
That's so great. Awesome. All right, you send that message off. Ari offers Dina another wineskin. She's replenished her supply. Would you like some? I mean, I'll have it if you don't want it. Just.
Oh, go right ahead, sweetheart. I much prefer this, darling. And she's just she's holding up she's not so crass as to drink out of the bottle, but she's just the bottle, she pours, throws it back. And I mean, we're talking like 3 or 4 fingers at a time go into the tumbler, and then 3 or 4 fingers go back in one gulp.
Nice. Excellent. All right, let's see. So, Rhea.
You did good, Ari.
Oh, good. Sorry.
You did good, Ari. Thank you.
Of course. I really hope we don't have to go through something like that again. But I'm glad you were here.
I'm glad you were here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go get some sleep, darling.
Okay. She heads off with a wineskin out to her room. Rhea, you send your message. You get a message back from Tassos. Rhea. Let's see. That says, oh no. I certainly will. Rhea, are you all right?
I can't send a message back, right? Because we've used it once.
For flavor, I'm going to say it's right around dawn. So, ta-da! Okay. A few minutes later, you'll be able to send a reply.
Okay. I'll send back. Everything's fine. I'm fine. We just had a little bit of a run-in with the locals, and I think it took her by surprise.
Thaxel, so you're up in your room. You're in your direwolf form?
Just my wolf, because I didn't think a direwolf would fit through the doors.
That's a good point. Yeah. So you're in your wolf form, huddled up in a corner. So what are you thinking currently before this message comes through?
Oh God. Panic. Vulnerability. A lot of shit.
All right, Tassos. Let's see. Tassos has no idea what just happened. He just knows that Ray is telling him he needs to message you. So he has some heightened feelings here. He's going to, off the cuff, he's going to send a message immediately. Tassos. Who on earth is... Tassos is my ship name for for the two of you. I was so hung up on that in my head. Tassos. Okay. Thaxel. I'm here. What's happened? What can I do for you right now? Whatever it is, I'm by your side. Always. Tell me what you need. And that's the end of his message to you. To which you can reply if you feel that, if you want to.
She is not going to respond.
Okay.
Right now. But putting that in her mental inventory that you reached out. So it gave it brownie points.
Nice.
Brownie points. She's not mentally capable of sending a reply at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going. Okay, so you'll be in your room. Aga, are you headed back, or are you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Actually, while they're doing the harumph, oh my god, look at this new information. Aga, after making the claim, open your eyes to threats from within Paelay, etc., etc., is going to say, he's going to pull out the note that he received from his, he's going to, ask for it back from Thorita, that he got from his informant, and he's going to say, I worry that the time for action is tonight, and that this debacle has actually delayed progress in stopping these individuals. I will need supplies in order to move myself and this adventuring group across, I forget the name of it, but that section north of Paelay, towards Lake Ander, and I will need the fastest form of transportation the city can provide. We are going to stop this from happening, and you will provide for it, or you will have to do it yourselves.
They're listening. They're also sort of like pointing down at things on their desk and talking amongst themselves. Yes, of course. Yes. See to it. And they wave to one of the other little clerks in there, who hurries over and gets like, okay, what do you, there's basically any range of horse, or we can talk after and see if you have something specific in mind outside of that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that since it's almost morning time, and you did have almost a full rest before you were interrupted-ish. Yeah. That if you have like another hour and a half, 2 hours of rest, or in the night, you can get a rest. Thaxel, or do you think you'll be getting a sleep the rest of your long rest tonight? Will you just wear out from all this and sleep?
Yeah. She's probably already conked out, but she's staying in her wolf form for as long as she can, like curled up, and that's how she's sleeping, is on the floor.
Okay. Oh, custom.
I know. Look what you did to her.
I'm so sorry. Does anyone have anything else they want to do before the next, in those 2 hours, or do they want to finish their rests?
Dina's sitting on her porch, on her balcony, with her feet up on the thing, with a bottle of whiskey, and she's going to drink herself into unconsciousness.
Okay.
To get that last bit of sleep that she needs for the long rest.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt, but Aga would, on the way home, pull the owl out and say, "Go get me a large rodent. Bring it to me alive."
And flies off into the city to find. Right, it comes back maybe like 12 minutes later, 10-12 minutes later, with a plump rodent.
Okay, I'll take like a rat probably into the city, something like that. I'll grab the rat. I'll just pull out like a little dagger and collect some blood from it. And when I get back, I'll use that blood to commune with hell.
Okay, nice. And Rhea?
If she would probably tell Ari that, if you want to come sleep in my room tonight to finish up the rest, we can.
Yeah, she kind of gestures at her face. In her mind, she's kind of reliving the Reaper and how it sort of resonates with some of the scary, dark power stuff that she deals with. Please.
Of course. And she'll grab a bottle to replace the one that Thaxel took from the room on their way back up.
Nice.
Take her by the arm, and they'll go curl up in the room to sleep.
Okay.
With a bottle.
Awesome.
That reminds me of one more thing.
Sure,
I'm sorry.
sure.
I know I'm doing one after the other.
No, go for it.
God damn it.
Do you want... Anyway, he would, before he communed with hell, actually, when he gets back to the house, number one, he'd go and check on everybody and make sure nobody got hurt. So he would go and check on like Dina I'm assuming Thorit did not come with me.
He did not come with you. No, he's kind of put himself in a position now where it seems he's being careful.
Okay, I'm going to check on Dina first. As soon as I know Dina's drunkenly passing herself out on the balcony, I will write a note, tie it to the owl, send it to Thorit wherever he went.
Okay.
Just let him know, Dina's safe, Dina's fine.
Okay.
It worked. We're good.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to go to Thaxel next, check on Thaxel. And if Thaxel is still awake, I will actually cast the sleep spell and knock her out so she can sleep for the rest of her.
You see her wrestling with sleep, and then you just...
Yeah.
Or what
and
you
then-
assume is Thaxel, because you don't know.
Yeah, the wolf in her room, yeah.
Ow.
But I was aware of you shapeshifting before, wasn't I? Because I had the owl checking on you when you turned into a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was that
So I know you
after?
get-
Because it dissipated, because the Reaper...
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's a
I don't
wolf
know.
in her
But I
room,
would
yeah.
assume that the wolf in the room is the lizard person. Oh, magic. Okay. I don't know. And then last, I'll go and knock on Rhea's door.
Okay.
We probably would have answered the door.
Okay, all right. Aries in there.
I'll kind of like seeing Ariel be like, "Can I speak with you alone for a moment?"
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll
and I'll
just
like,
wait in the hallway.
"No, you're fine, Ariel. You're fine. We'll go for a walk."
Yeah. Or you can use one of the other rooms. I mean, this isn't just one large room. There's many rooms in this apartment. I'll be in the bedroom.
But as we're walking or whatever we end up doing, I'll say, I know they don't see it, but you're the careful one, and I can tell. I am trying to gather some books for information for Dina from the Hells. The Hells have a lot of information that's useful on a lot of things. And from what I understand of your business, collecting things is what you do. I'm looking to help this group because I want them to help me. I'm not going to play games or dance around it. I help you, you help me. That's how that's going to work. And I know that you're the type who can appreciate that. If you need information on anything that you're collecting, looking to find anything like that, I can probably get you some info on it. Are you interested? You're muted, by the way.
Or maybe she can't hear.
Rhea.
She took her earbud out. Oh, no. Yeah, we can't hear it.
I thought you were talking to Ari.
I was talking to you. I said, Ray, can I talk to you alone for a minute? And I said,
I thought you were
Ari.
talking to Ari. Okay, well, I heard most of it, so sorry, yeah, my earbud is dying, so
I basically
I
said
appreciate
it can get info on pretty much any artifact you want to find, most likely. If you have something that your family's specifically looking for, tell me, and I'll get you info on it.
I appreciate it. I like to deal in favors. They're my favorite currency. So I'm sure there's something that we can arrange. And likewise, if there's anything in particular, you let me know. I'm more of an information kind of person. We have our own ways of finding the trinkets and baubles that we like. Information's my favorite.
Is there anything you're after?
At the moment, no, but maybe after the lake.
Do you have any idea what we might find at the lake? It might be a good idea to ask for info on that if I can find it.
That would probably be a Thaxel question.
I just knocked her out, so.
Well, yeah. We can probably ask in the morning or ask on our way. You know.
You what? You kind of hear from the other side of the door. Your little
okay,
feet
Ari.
run out.
I'll
Go
be
check
back
on
in a
Thaxel.
I kind of laugh a little bit. I'm going to go commute now, so I don't think I'll be able to ask again for a while.
I see. Well, I guess if you can think of any otherworldly connections that they may have. That would be good to know. But other than that, we have our own trail here that we've been following for a while.
Okay. All right. Well, time to go talk to Hell.
Have fun with that.
No problem. And as I walk out, is there like a small table, like a table for your keys, like
No,
near the
there
door?
are no tables in her room at all. No, I'm kidding.
If there's like a small like entryway table, he'll like stop briefly, like with the door half open, and kind of look back and kind of like smirk, and then put 4 gold down on the table and walk out of the room.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Awesome.
And then he'll go sit down in his room, draw out like basically a pentagram with the vial of blood that he got from the sacrificed animal, and he'll make a request to his contact, need information, A B C D E F G,
Right.
and he'll be looking for information on Cormanda, on the Pale Lady. He'll want information. He'll want at least a book of each if they've got it.
Okay.
And then he's also going to ask for ethereal threats and possession, and the types of creatures that possess other creatures and stuff like that.
Okay. If you don't mind also putting it in a Discord message to me.
Okay.
That way I'm sure I'll have it and I can... so you go off to your room to do that. Of course, all the lights dim as a little bit of rumble just in your room. Outside, everything's fine. And no one hears the rumble outside.
Knowing I have no lights on or anything.
Yeah.
It's not going to work anyway.
Nice. I mean, even the sunlight that's just starting to peer up over the sun, it's sucked out of the room. And there's a rumble to the bed that only you experience in here in this room until you're able to, through this, whatever you pool the blood up in, it vibrates like Jurassic Park vibration. And as the voice speaks to you, and you in turn, as the clang of coin hits the table and a conversation with Hell takes place. The sun continues to rise, and a couple hours later, after everyone's finished their full rest, shortly after, there's a knock on the front door. For anyone that hears it down there, shortly after, a servant can be heard walking up the stairs to Daxel's door. Queen?
Yes?
There's a package for you. It was sent with the utmost urgency.
Oh,
I
God.
do hate to bother you.
All right. Do you have it with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. You can come in. And I'm still on the
Thank you.
floor.
Oh, all curled up like a wolf, but in lizard.
But now I'm
form.
a lizard. So see, it works too.
Tails
Lizard
still
will.
wrapped. Yeah.
I'll kind of sit up. I'm over here.
Yes, ma'am. She sits down. This gift-wrapped package about the size of maybe like 4 shoeboxes put together in a rectangle, like a suitcase size. Yeah, there you are, Queen. And it says to Thaxel, with love, Tassos.
Okay. Okay, that is all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yes, Queen. She bows a few times, heading out, shuts the door.
Bye.
Door shuts. The footsteps walk away.
Can I perceive for traps?
Yeah, go for it. Make perception or investigation.
Perception, please. I can't math this late. 22.
Okay. No traps. Just a trap with a heart.
Lame.
I love trap at it.
She's gonna kind of like pick at her teeth, just like sharpen her nail. Just that's dumb. Whatever. And use her nail to open the box. And like stands back like this, like.
Okay. On it is sort of the regular marketing from the company that assembled this and packaged it and wrapped it. It says, contents compiled and delivered by such and such. It's not even in a language you would understand. It looks like scribbles, the signature of the company. But inside, is a large padded box that opens up, has like a plastic, glass or whatever would be fancy out there top that pulls up and off, and after being unlatched, and inside is a very old bottle of scotch put into this padded bottom that has cutouts in it. Big bottle of scotch, 2 vials of poison, and a journal with a little note tucked into the front. This leather-bound, beautiful journal about, foot tall, half a foot wide or so.
Okay, hold on. My pen was ready. Okay, bottle of scotch. 2 vials.
2 vials of some sort of poison. Just, you can tell it's poison because of your experience with it.
Yeah. Okay, and then a leather-bound journal. Okay.
With a note tucked in front on one of the straps that keeps the journal closed.
Okay, I look at the note.
Okay. You unfold the note, and it's not Tassos' writing. It's a message that was conveyed to someplace here in the city to get this to you so quickly. But read in his voice, it says, sounded, all right, because he didn't talk to you. I'm worried, but I know you can take care of yourself. It did sound like you might need some of these, so. The liquor, for obvious reasons. The poison, because I know that's the way to your heart. And the journal, you'll always have, because he doesn't talk that way, like all clingy. So I can always be with you. Consider writing down your exploits here, and we can read them together whenever you visit. I've got a journal, a matching journal, and I'm going to do the same. I love you with all of my heart. And then and then he drew a heart with a little rough figure drawn of him with a lasso around around the heart. And that's where we'll end tonight's session, because I ran it way the heck over. Sorry. Oh.
I'm broken.
What a wild ride.
Oh.
Yes, pretty insane tonight. I was so worried. And 95% of that was off the cuff. So holy Toledo. A lot of rolls back here, like what's going to happen?
Oh God, that nat 20 was clutch.
Oh, so clutch.
I will be honest. I don't know what happened with that nat 20 because I could not focus because I was trying to recover. No.
Basically, he had to persuade them that what Thud and they were saying about us being okay and helping them out persuaded the Sultan that
to believe them.
Mm-hmm.
That was us in front of the Sultan's viziers saying, "We swear to God, these people are working with us to stop a threat to the throne."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Thud straight up lied, saying that he'd hired you all on the side to get out there to protect the Sultan's assets. And that this was all a setup to incriminate you from, getting you out of the way, basically. It's like and Aga was like, boom, yep, this is it. Goes the nat 20, the persuasion check to push that with all the info, because he had information too. Aga had all those documents and stuff.
And you, dude, to be honest, I was getting ready to roll that, and I was like, this is where I'm finally going to use that inspiration. And then I rolled a nat 20, and I was like, I don't even need it.
Yes.
Second session now that I've gotten the inspiration and haven't needed to use it.
Added use.
Oh, amazing. That's good.
I mean, it's okay.
Seriously though, when I left,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden a Reaper walked into the living room and was like, "Y'all are gonna die," I was like, "Oh fuck!" I just abandoned the party to their death. I was like, "This
Nice.
is a terrible idea. Why did I think this?"
And
But,
it paid off, yeah.
So, you know,
Ugh.
big gambles, big rewards. So the hope is we go, we deal with them, then we come back and look real great to the Sultan. But anyway,
Y'all literally saved our lives.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You spun it around. I think it's really gonna, if everything goes smoothly, it's gonna be a huge payoff for you all in the prime here with the Sultan.
The thing we really need to make sure of is that McGregor and Revis, number one, die, and number
Slowly.
two can't be spoken with dead. That or they need to be abducted and they need to disappear.
No,
Right?
no. They're going to
No,
die.
I'm saying disappear from
Nope.
the Sultan, honey, from the Sultan. You can keep them in a
Just
room.
honey me? Did you just
You
honey
know-
me?
I honey everybody.
Yeah, he does honey everybody. Yeah, that's.
But
I love this so much.
but they like you can keep them in a basement somewhere and torture them if you want, but they can't. The Sultan can't be allowed to find them and question them because
Oh, they
they'll
won't
tell,
last very
they'll
long.
tell a different story. Yeah, but if you
I
want
know,
to torture
okay.
them long term,
She doesn't have time for that. She has other people to go torture too.
Nice.
She has a whole list.
I
But
know. We can throw them in.
Nice.
yeah.
Burn, baby, burn.
I don't know.
How we
I
can
may
turn him
not-
into a statue.
do you know what I just thought about? I
Oh,
can't believe
we have a basilisk.
I can't believe I just thought about this.
Oliver.
Guys,
Awesome. Statues.
I can commune with hell and they deal in souls.
Ah, yeah.
What if we basilisk
Oh
them
my god! Oh my
and then
god!
throw them in the lava, and then you do your hell thing.
So, Faxel, this is totally 100% a conversation that you and Aga are going to have later. But how would you feel about selling their souls for my freedom?
Oh.
And I'll tell hell you can have 2 souls for 1. You just have to capture the souls when they die and not let them be questioned.
Oh wow. Oh, if you persuade her enough, let's have this conversation.
Yeah, we'll have that
Nice.
conversation later. But oh my god! And
Plenty-
hell's going to torture their souls. You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we still get our statues.
Woohoo! Nice. Yeah, you get the bodies. Yep.
Ooh,
And then,
Awesome.
and then guess what? Then Dina owes me for information. Thaxel owes me because I got those souls tortured. It's a good deal all
Okay, well,
around.
you get your payback. Aga gets their payback when that armor comes off. I wonder if we could get the pale lady to broker the deal.
Oh, snap.
I doubt it because she's a demon and we'd be dealing with devils.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because
Still.
I talked to a devilish army of an
Oh,
arch-
that's right.
archdevil.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
come on,
Devils.
come on, baby girl.
Well,
Oh,
Say
your
goodnight,
puppy.
Sophie. Say goodnight, Sophie.
Oh.
You're so good.
So it's going to be a nice, long journey out to Andrew Lake. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Should we have the conversation about what he was going to demand in the palace now, or do you want to have that off stream?
probably off because I don't want to. I know some of y'all have to go to bed and stuff. Thank you, players. Amazing. This is for viewers. Like we really, the players are this amazing. This isn't like let's all figure everything out. They're just amazing off the cuff stuff. Tonight was mostly just me kind of trying to keep up with them, which made for such amazing entertainment. So thank you, players. As always, you rock. And thank you, viewers. Thanks for the raid. I know Jethro went to bed. And I do hope he feels better soon. Or they feel better soon. But thank you, everyone that stayed, too, and to hang out. We have this stream. This is our All Evil D&D 5th edition homebrew campaign, Tears Lament. Yeah. We stream it every week. Every Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then we have our, again, I've got always have to put it in quotes. Yep, good campaign on Friday night, Stormfall, that we stream every Friday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, and possibly more on the horizon. So give us a follow here. Check out our YouTube if you want. You can subscribe over there, and we put all of these videos up there after for later viewing. I'm just gonna slap that YouTube in here. I hope you all have a great night, and I can't wait to catch you all again soon. Take care, everybody.
Tuesday.
Yes. Have a